I guess it's time for me to narrate. Let's see if I remember how to read or not. Alright, how did this happen? First, we boarded the warp train to get to our next destination, P Corp. Oh yeah, that sounds wonderful. P Corp, okay. Got into our fancy little first-class flash freeze hibernation capsules, and we were supposed to arrive at P Corp after a quick blink of an eye, but my ears just got... I'm not gonna say that word on stream. My ears got attacked, bro. Jesus. Alright. Where's the button? Yeah, that's totally Faust voice. Please respond. There's... The first thing I saw when my vision returned was the perplexed look on Faust, who had entered hibernation at the same time as I did. Then I realized that we woke up mid-transit on the warp train, which could only mean that we're now stranded in some lost, unknown dimension? Oh boy. Dante, I understand your considerable degree of disorientation, but... What? What the hell happened? First things first. Let's rewind and return to the very start of this highly unfavorable situation we find ourselves in. Few days ago. Your ears ruptured, literally. Ah, here we are. I hit the button twice on accident. Our next destination is a warp train. I'm gonna have too much fun with that button today. What? Yep, that's where it all started. There I was, still perplexed by the incidents at T-Corp, with my awful idea of clearing the air by asking Virgilius for our next destination, not knowing the storm that my innocent question would bring. What's up, cool dog? How you doing today? Welcome. Verily? I must have misheard thee. Verily. I'm certain you heard me right, Don. We are now en route to the T-Corp warp train station. The warp train station must have some conundrum that must be resolved there indeed. A quest that must be swiftly addressed at the station, yes? Did a distortion pop up at one of the warp platforms or something? I see that you are now significantly less disinclined to take on some side jobs, but no. We are boarding the warp train to get to P Corp. End of story. There's nothing between the lines, so don't try reading into it. It was only natural that the sinners immediately fell into a state of collective dumbfounded shock. None of the sinners have any history at working at W Corp, but we're actually taking that train? Through what vague information we could gather from the identities, we all had some fragmentary knowledge about the terrible secrets of the warp train operations, bruh. Them IDs carry the trauma. And we know something ain't right. I initially considered hiding this information from the rest of the sinners, but since sharing things with everyone and letting them get their 2 cents usually ended up being pretty helpful more often than not, I've been sharing more of these late. Okay. Though I have a very dim, if present at all, recollections from the time during which I wear the identities. It could be determined from the conversational records between the manager and the identities that the mechanisms behind warp train operations can be deemed as somewhat bizarre and inefficient. Oh yeah, it's that 10-second trip that actually takes a long time, right? And when the train reaches the destinations, they wipe the passengers' memories? I also heard that passengers get so tired and weary that they start literally ripping and tearing into one another. Okay, you see, you're talking about that one instance that we don't talk about. Yeah. Sinclair, we're gonna have to wipe your memory. They're gonna have to get like the Men in Black pen or something, because you shouldn't be talking about that. Sounds like I might finally have a chance to see a masterpiece with my own eyes. Even when the sinners wear the identities through my identity cards, the identities' memories or beliefs don't bleed into them once it's over and done with. I remember when Faust explained that, due to the risks associated with embracing such influences, there was a filtering process to intentionally block them from reaching the sinners. That's why the sinners could use the identities of some of our worst enemies without getting infected by their philosophies and whatnot. But It also meant that they could not retain any new information that each identity had to offer. That's why I kept a record. But that's why I keep a record of things that sound particularly important and sometimes share it with the rest of the sinners. My voice doesn't really carry well past the window, so most of our communications are one-sided, but I had an abundance of W Corp identities, so it wasn't difficult to piece together the truth behind the trains. But, maybe ignorance really is bliss. Your alarm response and possible incompliance has already been accounted for. Faust, then thou hast known this all along. Wherefore hast thou not deigned to tell me this? Faust has indeed known this all along, as no knowledge is out of Faust's reach. Yeah, Faust knows everything, Little sus. As expected, a solution to your dilemma has already been prepared. I seriously doubt your solution involves not getting on the train. So what is it? The bus? Oh, what about this bus? There's no way this thing fits inside a train car. Karen vetoes too. No one to feed Mephi when Karen's gone. Miss Faust, the rearmost tail cars of warp trains are all freight cars. That is where Mephistopheles will be safely fastened and transported, and the LCB will have the benefit of boarding as first-class passengers. The bus begins to swell with noise again, though in a slightly different air to the alarmed response from earlier. First-class passengers? What, the seats for these pompous tops? Even on normal trains, you've got those sods whose proudest accomplishment in life is planting their arses first in first-class seats, while others are cramming themselves into freight cars because they haven't the cash for an economy ticket. Hey, don't look at me. I've never been in one of those first-class seats before either. Isn't the ticket for a single first-class seat as expensive as like 3 to 4 months' salary of a first-year wing employee? Can our budget really handle paying for all of our fares? Yeah, that thing expensive. Pricey as hell. The company's budget is not a subject that warrants your concern. You're like, yeah, just don't worry about it, alright? I heard first-class passengers get some cool bonus stuff like personalized private capsules or something, don't they? That is the promotional language, yes. They are flash freeze hibernation capsules, to be precise. They have been designed to easily withstand the true amount of time it takes for the warp train to travel from point A to B. The trip will be over within the blink of an eye for the passengers. The company's regard for our well-being is unfamiliar yet welcome. To be provided such extravagance merely for our comfort, such occurrence is quite subtle. Right? I honestly thought they were gonna slip just the guy, there we go, and Karen into the first class seats and ship the rest of us in economy cars. This seems like an unnecessary luxury. They should have saved their budget and given only the executive manager and their loyal advisor access to these seats. Aldous, oh lord. Some things never change. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. We're taking the train to get to our next mission, right? We have to think about the unique nature of warp trains and prepare ourselves accordingly. I said Aldous simping hard, that's why I said some things never change. Right? I know it's first class and all, but warp trains are just plain creepy. Yes, they are. I knew you'd also be worried about, for example, economy passengers are going to have a hard time getting into a first class car if they can't even attempt to open it. If they could even attempt to open it, I'm pretty sure the door separating the cars is ironclad. Ishmael, who'd been holding that first class promotional pamphlet in her hands for a while, was chattering on with fire in her eyes. Oh wow, I haven't seen you give me that look since good old Moby Dick, you know? We won't have to even lift a finger. We just have to board the train, get into our capsules, shut our eyes, and snooze through the entire ride until all that mess in the other cars blows over. I heard they used to give out commemorative merch back when their finances weren't in the gutter, and... oh. A true adventure is not without hardships, yet even the most exalted of heroes cannot venture without respite. And, in very rare occasions, the hero may even deign to select a first-class seat to rest in place of a point in. Indeed. Nice. What's up, Lurker? How are you? Seems like everyone was at least somewhat interested in the fabled first-class seats of warp trains. I could sense that there was a growing consensus among the sinners that even a warp train trip might be acceptable if it meant they could ride in the first-class seats. I will board the train if I must. And first-class seating, is it mandatory? I prefer the scenic route. Don't want to miss out on all the fun. Virgilius pretended not to hear Ryoshu's question. Ignored. Very well then. I assume that we are all in agreement. Let's go. I have a matter of great importance to discuss with thee. What is it? Out with it, lass. Beating around the bush ain't like you. I like how now I low-key did the accent a little bit that I'm supposed to be doing. Dawn carefully began, almost whispering in a low voice. That is, in the first-class seats. I have heard tell that we must board with our feet freed from our boots. Does that claim hold water? Oh, come on now. What kind of nonsense gossip is this coming from this time? 'Tis no gossip, forsooth. I have overheard from those we have walked past here today, and when one of them inquired, you know what you gotta do. You know you gotta go barefoot in first class, right? The other responded with, of course, man. What am I, stupid? Doth the traveler speak true, Ishmael? Why are you about to cry about that, though, Dawn? I don't want to see you looking like you're about to cry. No crying is allowed. Don't ask me. I've never been on one of these before either. I don't remember seeing anything like that on the pamphlet. Give me a sec. I mustn't be separated from ROCINANTE? However you say that. Not even for a twinkle. Excuse me. I shan't toss ROCINANTE. How do you know what? I'm about to see what this word is right now. What is this word? I've never seen this word in my life. Give me a sec. I wanna see. Give me one sec, chat. It's a fictional. Oh, it's Dawn's horse. Oh, I see. Interesting. Okay, and then the pronunciation behind it. Okay, I'm about to. I want to hear the pronunciation. I just want to make sure that this doesn't like destroy y'all's ears.
In Spanish, you can say it as ROCINANTE.
Yeah, it is just ROCINANTE.
From Spanish.
ROCINANTE, yes. All right, Don. ROCINANTE. You know. Anyways. Yeah, they done adapted her horse into some J's. She got the drip. Yeah, ROCINANTE is the name of her boots in Project Moon. I guess that's what you're saying, bro, said the J's. Yeah, that's funny. You know, you go from an actual horse to some shoes. Alright, so I mustn't be separated from ROCINANTE. Not even for a twinkle. I shan't toss ROCINANTE to the side next to such vulgarities like the ugly shoes of Sir Heathcliff. Damn, Heath. She said you got on some like Bobo shoes, basically. Oh, you little... I employ thee, oh illustrious red gaze. Prithee, grant me thy permission and allow me to board with ROCINANTE. I expected Virgilius to answer with his usual exasperated rebuff, but this time he responded in a somewhat serious, if tainted by that familiar annoyance tone. A horse was skinned for her J's, so technically it is a horse? Damn. Skinning a horse for some J's. That's tough. Fine. Keep your shoes on. Well, Don, you got what you wanted. See, you're good. Anything to make sure Dawn's in a good mood, you know? Alright, here we go. The Northern Fixer. Okay. Right back into it. This place is huge. That was my first impression of the warp train station. Oh, so this is Dawn shouted vibrantly, immediately recovered from her previous apprehension of the sheer possibility that she might be separated from ROCINANTE. I'm gonna have too much fun saying that. So each nest has one of these massive structures in them. I've got nothing. Oi, know anything about what they're asking? Heath asked, gesturing towards Mirasol with his chin. Every warp train station has been built with a general design philosophy that draws from their respective architectural idiosyncrasies. What the fuck? I have never said that word in my life, chat. One thing I can guarantee when I play Limbus, there's gonna be words I've never seen in my life. Alright, it can also be said that many critics in the relevant fields praise the warp train stations as one of the many cultural cornerstones of the city. I have no idea when it happened, but Heathcliff started treating Mirasol like a walking encyclopedia from time to time. Mirasol! Young Mirasol! Lo, is that passenger over yonder one from the west? Incorrect. Leather-based clothing and metal armor are predominant fashion trends, often visible in the outfits of the Western population, while that individual's cloth-based style is something ubiquitously observed throughout the population of North and South. They are largely considered to be an Eastern fashion trend, rarely seen among Western. Okay, Google! Alright, that means unique trait. Thank you. I didn't have to look that one up now. I appreciate that. For thee, slow thyself, for I must make a record of thy lectures. Oh my lord. What wisdom dost thou... The hell was that noise? I heard. I know y'all heard that. What the fuck was that? Oh, maybe it's just like the loudspeaker in that place talking, like for announcements for the train. I don't know. Yeah, Mirasol with knowledge. Yeah, bro has always had that knowledge. You said Mirasol could be voiced by text to speech, and you probably couldn't tell the difference. My man's Google. Literally, he is. You know. It will be something to really dive into his brain when we get to his chapter. I'm gonna be very excited for that. Anyways, what wisdom dost thou have to impart regarding the fashion of the northern region? I have once espied in a magazine that they are garbed in loose-fitting outfits. Understandably so, given the colder climate of the region. An opportunity for a first-hand observation stands before you. Oh! Ah! There you go. 3 seconds of screaming duet. One of utter fascination, the other of unmitigated frustration. What the shit? You nearly blew out my eardrums. Damn. Bro do look cool though, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I'm sure most of y'all already have played it yourself, so you know what bro looks like, but you know, for stream purposes. The fit is clean though, I like it. Alright. There we go, and we back. You said, well, this station is certainly British. Gotta love it, you know? So basically, each warp train station is a prime example of the wing's architectural style, according to Mirasol. You know, we should just have you be the go-to person that just, when Mirasol just gives us like a whole paragraph, you just say it in like a sentence. You're the one to talk. Dude, I got an audible frequency range expansion implant in my eardrums. Holy shit, man. Now get the hell out of my way. You're blocking the walkway like a ragtag band of hicks who's never seen a warp train before. Damn it. I take the train all the way here for an expedition, only to lose my target, and now these assholes are trying to blow my eardrums out. Great. Just great. I love this. Guys, is it that obvious that we've never been on a warp train before? And the ticket fee came straight out of my damn pocket. Whoa, watch out, big fella. Someone might get seriously hurt if you keep swinging those forearms around, each holding a weapon to boot. Prithee, with thou stand still for but a moment to satisfy a few inquiries of mine regarding thy outfit. Ooh, yes, yes. Stand in absolute stillness for 5 minutes and I... Stand still for 5 minutes? What are you doing, the freaking mannequin? Yeah, I'm really liking the music so far. I'm with you on that. Seriously? The fixer, with a particularly impressive set of prosthetic arms, spent a few minutes venting several of his numerous grievances at us before storming off to a different platform. Ah, indeed. 'Tis grand, this city of sundry odd personalities. I'm pretty sure he was thinking the same thing. I guess the city is really full of people with full body prosthetics. That's when Virgilius slowly walked up to our group. Well then, we'll rendezvous at the destination. Huh? Will the illustrious Red Gaze not ride alongside us? W Corp policy demands that those with the title of a color must board a train specifically made for them instead. Or specially made. Oh, are you riding like the first class plus or something? Yeah, you could say that, I guess. Yeah, bro, bass boosted the outside. Eardrums cooked. That's a color for you, I guess. Special treatment from the wings no matter where he goes. Karen wants to go back to Mephi. Mephi will be lonely. I already told you why you can't, Karen. On 3 separate occasions in which I bought you those multi-flavored candies. Humans are not allowed to aboard the freight cars. Damn, he even bought you some candy. Alright, then Miss Faust. Yes. Virgilius, after exchanging a knowing look and a nod with Faust, escorted the particularly peeved Karen away. Dante, let us proceed this way. We followed Faust's guidance to the entrance to our train car. Oh boy, here we go. Damn. Whoa. Hey, our colors are starting to come back. Ooh. Hey, these must be the fabled complimentary food and drink of the first class seats. Heck yeah, of course. Quality stuff like this gotta be included with that insane pricing. The general response to this room was a surprise at the rows upon rows of expensive-looking sizable capsules. Flash freeze hibernation, huh? I guess it literally freezes our bodies in a flash? Faust, are these flash freeze hibernation devices, are they safe? Please elaborate on your exact definition of safe. These things are supposed to freeze us solid, right? Can we really come back from something like that? A flash freeze hibernation device will put you in a temporary state of death caused by rapid cellular cryopreservation process. However, the rapidity of the process prevents damage to your cell walls during the phase change. Therefore, in most normal cases, this will not cause any issues. Faust is like, this is Project Moon, Dante, nothing is safe. Preach! You're right, nothing is freaking safe in a Project Moon game. And any Project Moon media. It's just all cursed as hell at the end of the day. Cursed, but entertaining, nonetheless. Alright, so yeah, Faust is aware that this model has fully resolved cell wall breaching issues caused by cryogenic density change or by ice crystal growths of hydrogen molecules. I missed about half of what you said, but your point is that it's safe, right? All you had to say was it was safe, and I would have been like, okay, you want to say all these big words, you know I don't understand. I have to read all this, I'm dyslexic, man. Yes, as far as Faust is aware, that wasn't a joke, by the way, I am low-key dyslexic. Alright, even if an issue were to arise during the journey, because everyone will be reverted to their states at the beginning of the train trip upon arrival, there won't be any lasting complications from the said problem. Oi, you've got some real talent in dragging out something so simple as, yeah, it's safe to so many words. Seriously, I was supposed to give you your accent, I'm sorry. My bad. Ooh, chat, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna make a poll. I'm gonna make a poll right now, and it's gonna say, would you go on a warp train IRL? We're gonna see the yes and no ratio. Give me a sec. Okay. Poll is up. By the end of the stream, I'm very curious to see what that's going to be at. Me, I would say no. With the knowledge that I have, you got me fucked up, man. I ain't doing that. Nope. Alright, wait, Faust, what'd you say? Your talents aren't limited to a specific field? Singular field? Gotcha. Alright, okay. But that still leaves a lot to be worried about. Wait. There was something odd about the way she phrased that. As far as Faust is aware, you're saying they could be wrong? As a general rule, you said only first class, that's the only way you guys would go? As a general rule, Faust does not... However, Faust is also not a divine being. You said with the knowledge, first class would be the only way. If you didn't know, you probably would, yeah. There is certain information in the world that Faust has yet to have access to. Therefore, while Faust may speak the facts, what is said might not always align with the truth. Okay. They don't call first class for nothing, I guess. P-Corp's way up there in the northernmost corner of the city. But this thing will take us there in the blink of an eye, eh? That's one hell of a time saver. You said even if you didn't know the truth of warp trains, you probably wouldn't take one because your family isn't higher, but isn't high such upper middle class. Okay, I get you. I got you. Yeah, I wouldn't trust something like this in the first place. Like, it would just seem sus to me. Like, I would feel just like I'm gonna be the one that has the bad luck. That's how I feel about like different means of transportation. I'm like, I'm gonna be the one that gets cooked. Like, for me, that's how I definitely feel about boats. But I also can't swim, so I don't have a good relationship with the water. So that might just be extra personal. Alright, almost. Hoo-ha, hoo-ha, hoo-ha. Prepare thyself, ROCINANTE. Thus begins the long jaunt. Oh, I've been meaning to ask Don. Do you ever, wash those shoes? Do you wash your feet, Don? Where'd that come from? Roger. No, I mean, like, I think back to when we were inside that whale. When that whale blew up, we got all kinds of gross slimy bits on us. They were on our clothes, our shoes, everything. Yeah. And do you remember how much it took for us to clean our bloodied, fishy, fleshy, gunked clothing? This really isn't something I want to revisit, but yeah. Right? And do you also remember how Dawn never took her shoes off once during that whole ordeal? Dawn, please don't tell me you nasty. Okay. I guess they do look a bit, filthy. I ask thee, dear compatriots, hast thou ever witnessed an errant king who leaves the side of their beloved steed? Oh, you're nasty. You really are a gremlin. Oh, you are so gross. Like, Don, you are like one of my favorite characters, but that is disgusting. That is so gross. Like, how often do you make sure that you're actually clean? Like, do you bathe often? Oh, nah. Don's feet have been marinating and fermenting since Canto 1? No. Oh, nah. See, I can't with that. Listen, one thing I can't deal with is some people, like, if you just dirty, you got some dirty feet, like, and I can smell. Oh, nah. I'm good off of that, bro. He said, I mean, you knew even in armor with N-Corp Dawn, she never takes the shoes off. Bro said sniffer? No sniffer. No. Absolutely not. Where is it? Where's that at? Oh, Lord, your girl is wild. Gremlin, dude. Bathes with her shoes on? Ew, comes out her shoes are all soggy, socks sog. Ew, you know what? Dawn probably doesn't wear socks. Ooh, she's probably one of those. Alright, anyways. Can't say I've ever witnessed a knight before, though. Then thou shalt know. Starting now, behold it, hearken to it, and remember it well. They never quiet down, do they? Whoa, have you been on one of these, Altus? You know what I noticed? The two characters that I be going crazy for, Ryoshu and freaking Dawn, they both gotta smell so bad. Oh my god. One of them just probably smells like straight up blood and just cigarettes like crazy. I mean, they all probably smell like blood to an extent, but just straight up cigarettes. And the other one smells like Lord knows what. Because you don't know how often she bathes. God. Hey, alright. Oh, have you been on one of these others? I have been treated to premium VIP seats of similar grandiosity back when. This is nothing to fuss over. Altus, who was sitting there and shaking her legs, suddenly asked Faust a question. Blech, there we go. Hey, you're confident that no accidents ever occurred on one of these first-class cars? Yes! In order to prevent cases of unnecessary anxiety and misgivings among the sinners, the history of accidents that have occurred aboard the warp trains will not be shared. You should have just said no comment or something. I don't know. You could have thought of something different. The fact that you said that just makes it more nerve-wracking. You could have lied and just said, I do not have access to this information or something, but like, wait, what the? See, you did, like, yeah, thank you, Faust. Very reassuring, right? No, that's, like, what the oh, Lord. Oh, I think we're leaving soon. This is for Warp Train PW612 bound for P-Corp. Boarding period is ending soon. I was about to say the sinners. Alright. The sinners, who were either leisurely enjoying their complimentary snacks or taking a look around the first-class car, suddenly became a lot busier. Sorry, I was just checking something real quick. Okay, then let us hurry and enter our capsules before it's too late. Oh no. Why isn't this... The other sinners made it into their capsules, no problem, but I felt like I was the only one who's fumbling. Is it anxiety? I think so. Initiating warp in 10 minutes. Allow me to assist you. Stand as though you were leaning back and... Oh my god. I could definitely see... Let's see here. That's Hung Lu back there for sure. And then, is this supposed to be Dawn right here? With the hands up? Oh, I'm sorry. I keep forgetting. Y'all can't see because of the chat box at times. That right there. I get to just see everybody. Alright, so Faust expertly guided me into the capsule as though she's done this before. Then press the button inside the capsule and close the hatch. Do not worry too much. We will meet again, but in a moment, Dante. But in good terms or bad terms. You could hear the faint... Yes. Just imagine that, but a bit muffled, you know? Yeah, Dawn's having a good time. I thought I heard a brief sigh, but the hatch shut tightly before I could ask her anything. Initiating warp. Please confirm that your seatbelts are firmly fastened. The last thing I saw before my capsule began to fill with gas was Faust climbing into her own capsule opposite of mine. I had no idea then what she really meant by, we will meet again in but a moment. And let the fun begin. Dante, you must wake up, Dante. But one thing I knew for sure was an inconceivable situation has occurred. That something had seriously gone wrong. Yes. The fun begins, boys. The fun truly begins. Now that you think about it, grape and blueberry mixture with some sourness to replicate the vibes of charge can make some pretty tasty gummies, no? I mean, that sounds good to me. I do like myself some gummies, I ain't gonna lie. Now, when I say gummies, I don't mean those type of gummies, you know, I'm not talking about edibles or something. But like normal gummies, yeah. Oh, this music. What is this? Alright, we're here already? Oh, I guess that wasn't an exaggeration at all. It all really happened in the blink of an eye. As always, Faust was giving me her usual look, which was a complete lack of any emotive expression. Thank you, no emotion, my favorite. If I don't ever get no edibles from no wing of the world, some Project Moon edibles would probably hit different. Like, I don't know if you're gonna be able to to function at all. Alright, which I suppose is why I didn't immediately register that something had gone haywire. No, we are not at our destination yet. Huh? Uncafallen edibles, oh my god. When I finally came to, and after I had some time to digest that odd reply, I looked up at her face once again, and realized that her expression was more antsy than usual by a microscopically, there we go, I got it, you know, a minuscule degree. So, this train is still running? Yes. Then, where are we? I believe we are currently stranded in an unidentified dimension, coordinates unknown. I love this creepy-ass vibe they have going here. Like, I really like this. I don't know why. Like, this atmosphere and the music is perfect. I took a reflexive deep breath from the sheer horror of the numerous implications stuffed into that dryly delivered sentence. When that passed, the first thing that struck my mind was that we were about to suffer the very thing that we were so worried about. Oh no. This almost makes me want to change my lights to blue right now. Just to really be in the vibe with it. Alright, I see. But I soon found myself calming down. Edibles that would probably make you distort. Yeah, you're right. Yes, this had to be part of Faust's plan. She probably saw this coming from a mile away. Oh, she did actually have a new expression? Oh, I'm pissed that I wasn't looking at her face. Damn. Alright, I'm sure she's about to proudly tell me every little detail of her plan that will help us out of the situation. But this is all just part of the plan, right, Faust? No. It's not. There was an unusually long silence from Faust. You were half correct, yet half incorrect. Okay, so 50-50. Like, my gotcha pulls. Okay. Not in Limbus, at least. They know 50-50. Alright, with that, Faust left me to flounder in the chaotic stream of vaguely terrifying information as she began stopping by each capsule to wake the sinners up. Oh, we're here already? Man, it really happened in the blink of a... No. Oh, what's this? We're here already? It happened in the blink of a... No. Whoa! We're here already? I guess I was really worrying over... No. Oh, no. Yet I have not uttered a single... No. There was a brief cheer, a little hurrah about regaining our colors, followed by a flat-toned explanation of our current predicament, which was then followed by a long, loaded silence, which was a sequence of events I had the pleasure of watching play out about 10 consecutive occasions. Dante, I understand your confusion. However, perhaps an elaboration of our present circumstance is necessary. Okay. And that brings us to the present. Let me get this right. The train's still running. And we're drifting through some unknown dimension? Ooh, that striketh me as quite dramatic. Most importantly, are you saying that you already knew that this would happen, Faust? Yes. What the hell is wrong with you, huh? The sinners each begin to voice their anger. Of course, this wasn't the first time Faust and Virgilius intentionally and knowingly omitted certain details about events in our path. What, are you insane? It's not like we could just retreat or jump out that door when stuff hits the fan. Opening the door resulted in nearly immediate destruction of the physical body. Nice. No, okay, that's not nice. No. Alright, but hey, at least you know what to do like you always do. You've got a plan, right? Right? Faust, who I've never seen at a loss for words, was having oddly long instances of silence. That's concerning. What's up with her? Lass looks totally out of it today. Damn, is that the real Frozone in chat? I just realized the name. Yeah, Frozone, yeah. She gives me a sideways glance. There must be something she can't discuss in front of the sinners. Guys, let's pause for a bit. She said something inconceivable's happened. The other sinner's anger was completely understandable. It also makes sense that this continued lack of communication is harming our trust in Faust. Yeah? Alright, we're gonna go over the situation from the start, okay? But just letting things play out might really turn everyone against Faust, and for good. Yeah, we do not need a lack of trust in the group right now. And I doubt Faust had any ill intentions in waking us up in the middle of a trip. First things first, I gotta get the sinners to calm down, then I'll ask Faust to tell us what happened. If there's a problem, we'd figure it out and deal with it as we move along. You said, hell yeah, you take the warp train? I see right now 32% of you guys have voted for yes, 68% said no. So if you haven't voted yet, vote on the poll. Tell us what's going on, Faust. All of it, and in a way that we could all understand. Let's hear her out first. Is that okay with you guys? If you say so, I'll go along with it. Fine, I suppose losing my rag rarely ever did anything. You said warp train doesn't have Wi-Fi? Damn. Is that the deal breaker for you? Alright, thank you then. After some time, the gist of Faust's explanation was as follows. The cause of this issue, as always, involved a certain contract and a unilateral decision from the higher-ups of Limbus Company. W Corp caught wind of Limbus Company's recent distortion contract management promotions and decided to contract us to deal with a mysterious, repeated series of incidents suspected to be caused by a distortion after multiple failed attempts to resolve it on their own, of course. You said man can't stay 10 seconds without internet sad. Listen, he might be one of those that needs to watch a TikTok and like half of it is like GTA 5 of, somebody driving on a race car track, and then like a quarter of it is somebody peeling soap, and then the other piece of it is the actual video that they were trying to watch, okay? We know it'd be like that for people nowadays. Maybe that's the case. I'd be seeing videos like that, and I'm like, oh my god, people's attention spans are cooked. Oh, Jesus. Alright, the distortions themselves likely did not pose a problem for W Corp. Based on the available information, it could be determined that they would have all been neutralized as soon as the train arrived, and any transformed passengers would have been reverted to their human forms. Like, I ain't gonna lie to you, the games that, like, the gotchas that I stream, like Limbus and let's say like Arknights, man, I feel like there's so many people in this day and age that their attention span, they would not be able to handle it. Like, they would not be able to do it, bro. They'd see the reading and they would just, like, start just tweaking. Alright, the real issue was that the passengers were disappearing. Oh. Passengers spirited away? Alas, such is an impossibility aboard these trains, is it not? That is the question for which we must discover the precise cause and effect of. Did W Corp share anything to get us started? That appears to be the most prominent cause of this misunderstanding. Spirit away like the movie? She explained that W Corp refused to share anything about the trains because they were concerned about maintaining the secrets of their singularity. Maybe that's exactly why they sought out an upstart business like Limbus Company to deal with this, now that I think about it. We wouldn't even know where to start if we didn't have access to the information that the identity cards had to offer. That is true, we would be in here hella blind if we didn't have the IDs and then getting the info from that. You said me when you actually try and read a book? I'm not gonna lie, like, if I really needed to fall asleep, like, I don't have problems falling asleep, but if I did, I would just read a book. That thing will have me knocked out cold. Like, I remember back when I was in high school, if I wanted to fall asleep, I'd just start doing some homework. That thing will knock me out real quick. Sheesh. Alright, Faust produced what appeared to be a keycard with a W Corp logo on it before continuing her explanations. However, we were given this master keycard that could open and close the hibernation capsules at will. We may return to our respective capsules as soon as the contract is fulfilled and safely complete the rest of the journey as we had planned from the beginning. These bloody wings, every single one of them's been absolutely balmy. Jeez, when I haven't done like a British accent in so long. I think my British accent's kind of washed. I have to bring it back. Like, the thing is, I have to read like a lot of lines from Heath, so I could just get used to doing it again. You said that's what you when you play a boring game, like Cookie Run Breakout? Yeah. Cookie Run, huh? I think it's a bit unkind of them to ask us to finish the puzzle without all the important pieces. But of water, yeah. Like, if I just made everybody have a British voice, then my accent that I think is actually decent would come back for it. At least T Corp, their chief executive director, tagged along as our assistant. Bleh. Not to mention kindly explaining so many new things to us. It sounds like Miss Faust was stuck between a rock and a hard place herself. I mean, with each one of these characters, I'm trying to like change the tone of my voice at least a little bit for it, so you could, you know, feel a difference between it. So yeah, some sinners grew more receptive after her explanations, albeit with a sigh. I would have appreciated it if you at least gave us a hint. Yeah, I understand where you're coming from, but it's not like there's someone out there monitoring your every move and word, right? Right? Faust? That is... But not everyone was willing to let this go without saying their piece. Next time, I will take your inputs into account. And that's everything I could do for her. It's an undeniable truth that Faust has disappointed the sinners with what she's done. But she is Faust after all. I'm sure she has backup plans to get us out of this situation. So what's next on our agenda? Yeah, what's done is done, right? Besides, it's not like we gotta rot away for thousands of years in this metal box. Why would you say that? That's like the worst possible thing that you could say. Chat, give me 1 sec. I gotta take this phone call. My grandma's calling me for some reason. Let me make sure she's good. So give me a minute. Okay, I'm good, chat. I am good. I just had to answer that real quick. My grandma was asking about my birthday. Because chat, I'm getting old, man. I'm turning 35 next month, man. It's over for... That's a joke. Don't take that... I said that so fast. That's a joke. I'm not turning 35. I'm not even 30. I'm not even 25, okay? I'm not gonna push that. I'm in my mid-30s narrative or something, like, no. Because I'm not. Okay. Anyways, though, let us continue. That is something I must first discuss with Dante. So I'm 40. No. I'm not 40. Oh, Lord, chat, no. Jesus. You still remember the time I rizzed that girl with sandwiches? I did that? I mean, of course I... Listen. That's all... Okay, we're getting off topic right now. Chat, no. Alright, discussing things with other people is very unlike Faust. Alright, what are we discussing, Faust? I recommend that you lower your voice from this point onward, Dante. Why are we whispering? Her secretive attitude only served to exasperate that already battered... Okay, my already battered sense of safety. My connection to Gesellschaft? I mean, Faust has been severed. Oh, does this have to do with that little last bit of the trailer for this event that I missed reacting to on the video? connection to Faust. I'm sorry. What? I cannot access Faust's knowledge at the moment. Damn, she got disconnected from Faust's Discord? That's not good. I guess I was absolutely right to be anxious. Well, the things are only gonna get weirder. Oh boy. Okay. Then we got, 64% no, they would not go on a warp train. Sheesh. Also, if you haven't hit the like button, helps out a bunch to do so, and if you're enjoying the stream and it's like a first time for you, hit the subscribe button. Or it might not be a first time for you and you're still not subscribed and you thought you were. We've had that one happen a lot before. Alright, inaccessible. What do you mean you can't? I mean it in the most literal sense. My access to Faust's input and information, which has always been readily available, is completely severed. Oh! What if everything about this situation is something you don't have access to yet, like you said last time? One cannot completely dismiss that possibility, but even if that is, Wi-Fi connection lost. Uncertain. Every answer Faust has given me was always full of confidence and methodical expertise. I don't think she's ever said a sentence that was full of speculation and doubt. Ah, so this is new territory for you. Then Faust, you are... Yes, at this moment I am limited to operating only with my knowledge. Damn. Welcome to our world. I cannot discern the cause of this disconnection. More than enough precautions have been been taken in case of interdimensional travel, but perhaps Faust did not take into account an occasion in which we may have to access an unidentified dimension such as this, or even if it was taken into account, this particular dimension may not have yet been subject to cross-observation. If that is not the case, then never mind. There was nothing that suggested that my connection to Faust would be lost. Not even as we boarded the train. To be honest, this is a rather disagreeable situation for me. Alright. For now. Now that changes everything. Yeah, notice Faust has been using almost exclusively first-person pronouns since being kicked from the Discord chat. Yeah, I have lost access to Faust's cheat sheet. What do I do? The true perfect Faust she was talking about was from Strike. Oh my god. That Faust, yeah. We're talking about some freaking Guilty Gear now? Alright, I recalled the last thing I saw before the hatch on the capsule closed from when Faust told me not to worry too much. Okay, this is just a minor setback. Nothing we can't beat, right? We've got this! Yeah. Totally got this. I began to mutter like I was trying to convince myself. As the manager, my job is to calm everyone down and set their sights on the future, just as Faust did for me immediately before the hatch closed. If you're right about why you were disconnected, then that problem will solve itself once we're off the train. And if we do ever run out of options, I'll just turn the clock and see what happens. Don't stress yourself too much. We still have a lot to work with. Your knowledge, my, clock, the sinners, and I could feel my confidence taking a hit with every word that came out of my metaphorical mouth. But that seemed to be enough for Faust. She nodded. Understood. Into the sinners? The fact that we are currently confined to a warp train in operation must be a source of enough stress. I believe that sharing Faust's current state with them would add an unnecessary source of tension. What? So wrecking this door isn't gonna do anything? We're all gonna bite it once it opens? How many times do I have to tell you that you're not even strong enough to break the door down? Don't test him. Don't say that to him. A billion years in this box. Yeah, good idea. So what now? We have to take a searching sweep around each car or something? In the grand scheme of things, yes. Faust cleared the air with a cough before continuing. By A-Corp standard timescale, approximately 3 days have passed since our departure. Damn, 3 days. As per the contract between Limbus Company and W-Corp, I acquired the master key card placed inside my capsule and adjusted the hatch settings to automatically open in 3 days. 3 days, huh? I feel like I just blinked and I guess it's hibernation for you. As you were all informed prior to boarding, there is no way for the economy class passengers to enter the first class car. That is why this place has remained untouched. However, cross-referencing my own deductions and W-Corp's rather fragmentary explanations, I can assume that the situation is currently under progress in the economy class cars. The part where they thrash the shite out of each other, tearing their limbs off, all that mess. No, I doubt that. I don't think it gets that bad in just 3 days. Besides, that's supposed to be business as usual for W-Corp, right? There must be something else that's out of the ordinary that they want us to deal with. Precisely. In my opinion, it is. Oh, hold that thought for but a moment. Just as Faust was about to continue, Dawn raised her index finger to her lips and signaled for her to be quiet. Dost thou hear aught as I do? Scratching, nay, rapping. Forsooth, past this gate must be. As Dawn kept listening with her ear to the door, an odd expression of half curiosity and half horror appeared on her face. Yeah, Dawn got them gremlin senses. It is possible that there must be. Lady Faust? After that very distressful noise, everyone simultaneously turned their heads to look at Faust, who closed her eyes briefly in thought. Please step aside for a moment, Dawn. It'd be best if I observed it with my own eyes. With that, she produced the master keycard from her pocket and approached the panel installed next to her. Whoa, hang on a moment. You're gonna open the door? I intend to follow your usual flavor of suggestion, Heathcliff. That there are times in which a physical altercation is preferable to detached ruminations. Huh? My suggestion? Well, I'm not gonna disagree with you there, but what's gone into you, lass? After all, how could I deduce anything without seeing it myself? After a brief mechanical... Oh my god, that shit scared me. Hideous creature suddenly crashed through the door? Crashed the door open. Or through the open door and charged wildly in our direction. Bro, that noise said all up in my ears, thank you. I love, Project Moon jump scare. That's good. Some good stuff right there. Yeah, closed book exam time for Faust. Oh, hi there, little buddy. Hey, you almost look like Ryoshu there for a second. Yeah, wait a minute, what's going on with you? It's been 3 days. 3 days without Wi-Fi. Yeah, three days made you guys go crazy? Man. You guys are weaklings compared to the survivors in Ruina. Come on now. 3 days? Weaklings. Alright, what do you do? What do you have here for me? Bleed, 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 bleed. 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 Okay, you know what? I act like I'm really gonna pay attention right now when these first few fights I know are gonna be easy. Oh, how I missed hearing the clanking sounds in this game. What is this mist coming from you? Okay, I should probably read. Gain 1 bleed count every time this unit's hit. Consume 3 bleed Count on self to gain 1 coagulated blood. Gain offensive level and defensive level equal to the value. Oh, so that's what happens. Okay, so you use bleed on yourself, you get a little boof. Alright. Take 10% less damage from bleed rounded down. On hit, if the target has bleed, heal 10% of the damage dealt. Okay. Oh, so bleed seems just buff. Well, it's a good thing I don't have a bleed to... Okay, wait a minute. You're using bleed. That's fine. It doesn't matter. You know why? Because we're going to win. Let me see something here. So that's a 3-piece. Well, you know what? Just run it. You got it. You got it in the bag. But so far, I'm really liking this event, to be honest with you. I fully am enjoying this creepy-ass vibe they have going. It's great. So doesn't our Heath also have some bleed? Okay, you know, you make a good point. That effect. You make a good point. But regardless, we ball. Oh yeah, I just realized I could finally see freaking W Reversal cooking. Bro doing his thing. So chat, since I know like all of you that are watching, like I'm positive, have played this yourself already, right? Is this one of the best events in Limbus? Warp Train Economy Class Cabin. Ah, the bloodstains. Beautiful stuff. Lady Faust. However similar in appearance, they may have been to the passengers. Is story-wise, maybe. Okay. One of the best at the moment, yeah? Best event in your opinion? Okay. Verily, 'tis as though they were in complete want of sense. Like people, politified by the whale. Oh my god. I am so, like, Ish, do you need a hug or something? Like, I feel like every time, like, we still bring that stuff up. Like, she just, that look in your eyes. I'm sorry. Alright, Dawn hesitated until the last minute before raising her weapon to fight them. She hangs her head mournfully. Normally, Faust would have told her more information. Yeah, that PTSD, you know. It be hitting. Yeah, Faust would have told her more information about those monsters before the fight began. And she would not have been burdened by the sheer thought of bringing harm to the innocent. Yeah, you know, it does suck that these events aren't voice acted. But you know, I do my best. Alright, Faust began searching the area, closely observing various bodies in the general area for information. You appear particularly inquisitive today, Miss Faust. Huh, yeah. Aren't you usually the one who has all the answers while we're racking our brains trying to come up with something? The sinners were starting to feel that there's something off about Faust's behavior. Yeah, they're noticing. They notice. Alright, they might even soon realize there's something wrong with Faust right now. Dawn. They are not dead. Huh? Observe closer. The parts are all tethered to one another by something, are they not? Oh! It appears that the flow of time has ceased in this space. Therefore, it follows that the connections that tether the bodies to life and away from death remain intact. To my relief, Faust managed to correctly figure out what's going on like her usual self, even if it took her slightly longer than it usually does. Hey, what'd I say? We got this! Huh? What was that about? Oh, nothing. But I'd forgotten that not all sinners were content with nodding along to whatever information Faust told us. The flow of time is ceased aboard a warp train, is it? Yiseng grew pensive. Seeing that, Faust's lips parted for a moment before closing shut. I was starting to get a good read on her. That was an unmistakable look of regret. no matter how short-lived. Howbeit, would it not be more accurate to muse that the flow of time is deaccelerated to the point where an extra-dimensional observer, it has slowed to a stop? What is your perspective regarding the suggestion? Yes, that is the most rational suggestion, he's saying. Did Miss Faust just get something wrong? Oh boy. Wow, Yiseng sure is a time expert, right? Can you summarize it into easier language now that we're talking about it anyway? Ah, gladly. If you would allow me. Yiseng began to elaborate with gentle enthusiasm. That was close. To speak in brevity, it can be said that death is not an element aboard this train. Yeah, you can't just die. Your body could just be all types of mush, and you're still there. That's like one of the worst things about this train. Like, you are just cooked. Just endless suffering, losing your mind. And can you maybe speak in a little less brevity? To elaborate. Verily, there's one heart. This one's heartbeat still. Dawn lowers her head and listens closely to what appeared to be a dismembered torso, and shouts with relief. Their state is akin to an unassembled jigsaw puzzle, merely immobilized and separated. Though their corpus has been sundered, and the concept of death is at a state of, for all intents and purposes, eternal delay aboard this train, existence and continuance of moratorium? Forced, they are, to be tethered upon the thinnest yet tenacious thread of life. I ill understood what hath been said here, yet they are not dead all the same. If their severed parts are all connected, then it could be said that no matter how entangled their bodies become, it is not impossible to eventually gather their parts together to form a single passage. I know you didn't just say that. Why? No. Thus, naturally, we could determine how and why the profession W Corp cleanup agent has come to be. I see, because someone will have to categorize and reconstruct these puzzles once the journey is over. It's really baffling to me that a job like that even exists. It's pretty gross. Ever seen a wing that wasn't baffling in every sense of that word? Still, I guess that means as long as the train arrives at the station, they'll all be put back together like nothing happened. From what I learned through the W Corp identities, their main job was to gather chunks of flesh together and bring them back to their original shapes before they boarded the trains. It's a lot more visceral when I have to look at it in person. Phew! That is quite the auspicious news among ill tidings indeed. It soon clicked in me what Faust was, though with some effort trying to do, as I watched Dawn sigh with relief. It's like unscrambling the eggs from an omelet. That's definitely one way to put it. Maybe Faust was trying to cheer Dawn up in her own way? The other Faust would have not even found it necessary to do something like that. But the omelet scram is everywhere. Dante. Huh? Well, what's up? Oh, time to whisper, right? Indeed. I intend to collect further intelligence. Well, if there's anything I could tell you... Faust cast a dark gaze towards the chunks of flesh. Her gaze remained fixed upon them until she whispered. Well, as she whispered. Are they distortions or abnormalities? Oh, yeah, I actually wanted to ask you about that. They weren't humans, that's for sure. From them, I felt the same sensation I felt from monsters. Something inexplicable, an unclear sensation or an aura. I've felt this somewhere before, I'm sure of it, but I couldn't quite pinpoint the source of this sensation. One thing I do know for sure is that this sensation was not the same feeling I got from abnormalities, distortions, or even Pakatula. If I had to lean one way or another, I'd say they're closer to distortions. I'm sorry, I don't think they're either of those. Is it difficult to be certain at the moment? Again, I'm not sure how I could explain this, but they're very, very similar to distortions, but also different at the same time. If you had to ask, then I'm gonna guess Faust doesn't know? Faust may know, but I, at this moment, have no way of knowing. I feel like I should apologize for that. There is no need, Dante. Though the information you have provided me is rather ambiguous, it has helped me to do something of worth. And I did not like that noise. Collecting intelligence myself and creating deductions based on sparse information is quite... She paused, holding a bloody, slimy chunk of flesh in her hands. Delicious. She just smiled to herself with the gore in her hands. Ooh, finally, the awakening has begun, bruh. Ryoshi, I know you ain't getting excited over there. Ay. We have quite the group of freaks, bro. He's like, Ryoshi, finally someone in this bus has some sense of taste. Yeah, Ryoshi's like, she's just like me for real, for real. Yummers, oh my god. See, this is how you know Ryoshi very excited at most damage. On to the next one. Multi-crack office. Oh, okay, so this is where we get into this stuff, huh? Chat, let me put my phone on the charger real quick. I'm just gonna let this load up, so give me a sec. Okay, I am back. You ended up getting I ended up getting Aldous Ego off of the first 10 pull, then you sparked for Faust for optimal spending on the resources you had. Oh, nice. First 10 pull is crazy. Congratulations. I wish my Limbus luck was like that. Let's see. The multi-crack ID is like what the name say. Crack. Well, don't do crack. By the way, yeah, go back to the main menu. It changes now that I had some battles. Okay, I'll keep that in mind so I can see what you mean. Okay, let's get it. So yeah, after a round of intelligence gathering from Faust, we open the door to the next cabin only to be greeted by a loud commotion. More blood. It sounds like there are other survivors? Ah, passengers in danger! Worry not, for I have arrived to... Hey, yo! Whoa, don't come any closer. Who the hell are you guys? A four-armed woman suddenly jumped in our path. She appeared without warning. Faust stumbled a little, inadvertently slapped by the figure's swinging arms as she pushed us away. Hello? Right, like you gave me any warning before you practically kicked that door open. Would you mind moving that huge sword out of our faces? It's a bit disconcerting. Threatening? I'm just trying to protect those civilians in this car. Also, is that a bioprosthetic? Must be an old-timer, huh? I thought those things went out of style forever ago. Oh, you want to see what this old-timer's got left in him? Damn. She calling you Unk, Gregor? Gregor, I don't think of you as Unk status, bro. You're still cool. Aha! Thou art from the north, verily. Thy garb is that of northerners, no? This really ain't the time, lass. Anyways, it looks like we're in the same mess here. Make way for us, yeah? She seemed to be sizing us up for a moment. Nah, how do I trust you? Got any proof that you ain't bitten? I'm not gonna let all my effort protecting this place go to waste. You say bitten like there's some zombies. Bitten? The bloody hell are you talking about? Weird, you look completely lost. If you were in one of the economy cars, I'm sure you've seen... Hold on. Are y'all from the first class car? Yeah, we just woke up from our capsules. But none of you look very... I mean, aren't first class seats supposed to be, well... Why didn't you say so from the get-go? Name's Sasha. Sasha, huh? Multi-crack office rep. With that, she lowered her weapons and allowed us to pass. Oh, she's like, oh, y'all are first class? Should have just said so. And yeah, she's the person that the ID for Faust is based on, yeah? You got the ego second pull, so you don't have W Corp Altus. Oh, I see. Second pull is crazy. No, I haven't. We warped over to T Corp after picking up one of their contracts, but geez, can you believe that this train broke down? Shit, is it even broken? I'm not feeling hungry or sleepy at all. It stinks of some shady bullshit if you ask me. You could feel all of that even in a prosthetic body? Man, how could I live without my favorite hobby, drifting into a sweet nap after a pleasant meal? So I made sure to get high quality parts for him so I could still feel hungry and sleepy. Still gotta feel human some way, huh? I'll feel alive. Alright, hasn't something else of note also occurred? You bet your ass something else of note did go down. How distracting. Is it hard for you to speak without being so hyper? Or at least stop swinging your arms around like that. Can't do that, friend. I broke all my prosthetic arms in a fight, so I'm calibrating a new set. Gotta keep swinging them if I want them to sync up with the other parts anytime soon. Oh. Just, oh my god, all that crinkling in my ear. Anywho, I don't know what the hell's going on, but people started turning into some weird monsters all of a sudden. Haven't got a goddamn clue to who they are. Doesn't seem like they could understand us either. Good thing my train car didn't have a lot of those monsters. I just chopped what monsters there were to pieces and hauled the civilians to this vacant car. 3,201 red colors. 3,202 red colors. You've decided to protect them despite the potential risk that they may transform as well. But of course, 'tis expected duty of any valorous fixer to stand guard in the front lines against evil, to protect the weak. I've been keeping a close eye on them for the last 3 days, and so far, 0 transformations. They're going crazy though! Go past this car and you'll see what hell on earth really means. Those monsters are constantly trying to claw their way to the front of the train, so if you ask me, I'd wager that some shit went down there at one of the train cars in the back and it spread like wildfire till it reached here. In a whopping 3 days. I see. And that's all I can tell you about the situation, so what's your story? Why did you rich first-class folks decide to suddenly grace us peasants with your presence? Nothing that's happening here could have made it to your swanky first-class cars, so what's your business down here? W Corp has hired us to solve this case. We are, fixers! Oh my god. Hit the, where is it? Indeed, fixers. Faust wore a look of reluctant acceptance as she affirmed Dawn's declaration. Oh boy, huh. They got every single one of you on a first-class ticket? Your office must be rolling in the dough. Wait a goddamn second. So W Corp already knew that this would happen? But, I really contracted to a wing, not sure if I trust you. As you must be well aware yourself, contracts and contract fulfillment are of paramount importance for fixers. With that in mind, please recall that W Corp is one of the most secretive wings of the city. Ah, an NDA, huh, makes sense. I wouldn't want to deal with those Oifi boys either. Anyways, I'm still gonna have to ask for proof that you're actually contracted by W Corp. You have arrived. Death has arrived. Welcome, Death. How you doing? Alright, this is the master key card given to us by W Corp. I believe that it could open most doors aboard this train. Faust produced a master key card from her pocket. I guess there isn't any other way for us to prove that we're actually contracted by, you know, W Corp. A key card, so you use this to open the path between the first class and economy class car? Let's see, W Corp logo. Whoa, nice materials. It looks like you're telling the truth. Alright, I won't pry. Not like there's any cash in it for me either. So, I guess you gotta go all the way down there for your job, huh? Yes. The fixer finally got out of the way. Then, with one of her free hands, pointed towards the opposite door. Well, it's your funeral, ladies and gents. Or your victory lap. If you guys are really that good, lots of luck to y'all. I thank thee for thy words of courage, Fixer Sasha. I shall trust thee with protection of this fortress. For thee, protect the innocent in my steed! Big sis? Are you a fixer? Are you gonna save us from the monsters in the cars behind us? Huh? Just as we were about to reach the other end of the car, a little passenger pulled on Dawn's coattails. Aye, forsooth! Whoa, are you a famous fixer? Forsooth, once again, thou mayest know me as a profoundly illustrious fixer. Whoa, I want to be a fixer too, just like you. Don't pester the lady, I'm sorry, she's my daughter and... Worry not thyself, 'tis no bother at all. Thou must dream of becoming a fixer, thy little squire. This is like the type of stuff that Dawn has been like dreaming of. To have some fans, oh my god. Dawn's just so happy. It is fortunate that someone like yourself is aboard the train. Your presence ensured that child's survival. What you talking about all of a sudden? Come on, no need to keep up appearances between people in the same line of work. I'm just here to collect some sweet, sweet emergency contract fees from each and every one of them. Are you two on something or what? I see. I don't think Dawn needs to hear what she just said. Didn't know you could be like that, Faust. Be like what? Yes, we just see a completely different side of Faust with everything at this point. You knew there was no way that the fixer was actually there to protect them out of goodwill, but you decided to go along with Dawn's delusions anyways. Am I right? Damn. Without Faust's Discord server, she doesn't know how to act. Huh. Good move. I was getting worried about what might happen if she started acting out again. You saw the twinkle in her eyes too, right? Dawn's always been energetic, but she's been especially bouncy today. Eyes. Faust strode towards Sasha with a question. I have one last thing to inquire. It'll be 30k per inquiry. Oh, bruh. That is quite an unsound decision for someone who claims to be in the same line of work as us. Have you considered the possibility that once our contract is successfully completed, we could include references to a particularly cooperative association office and a report to W Corp? Bruh. I feel like Sasha was just making a joke, Faust. Whoa, you serious? Well then, let me hear it. Were the eyes of the monsters you faced red by any chance? Sasha paused her swinging arms for a moment upon hearing that question, appearing to either be in thought or trying to recall something, then answered. I don't know, it was pretty hectic as of a battle in a narrow hallway, so I didn't have the wherewithal to get a look at their eyes. Is it something important? Well, for one, my prosthetic eye is red. The passenger over there's got red eyes. Oh, you there. The lady with the big swords also got red eyes. What, is someone out there paying cash for info on red eyes or something? No, well, it was a question of no significance. Faust nodded lightly in her direction and opened the door to the next car. Oh wow, this looked like some bubble gum. Damn, you see my guy, he over here, he's having a good time. You said, gotta love how she changes so much without the network shaping her? Yeah. Extremely different now. Dum Faust, my beloved. You know, I love that your name is local NPC, because that's kind of like what Faust is at this point. Yummer's bubblegum. Oh boy. It's just as we had feared. The scene that appeared before us looked like it came straight out of a painting of hell. The Laffy Taffy chamber? You know what? That does look like some Laffy Taffy. Oh my god, wow, I got a close look at that. Wow, that is, delicious. Love it. Alright, Painting of Hell. We're currently on, we've done 5 stages out of 15. Okay. Wait, I've almost been streaming for 2 hours? Really? It doesn't even feel like I've been here that long. Damn, what the fuck? That's crazy. Oh, I guess it is quite a bit of reading, so it makes time go by pretty fast, huh? Right now, we have... That's crazy. So, chat, we have 76 votes on the poll. We have 72% that say, hell no, I would not go on a warp train in real life. 28% of you guys say yes. So, the 28% of you guys, you either really like living on the edge, that's one, you just really want to experience the technology of a warp train, or you just hate your life. So it's one of the 3 things, you know? The story really makes you forget about the time passing by. You know, that is funny you mentioned that. Bleed, 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 bleed. Same shit, okay. Let's get it. This should be pretty easy. I know, you know, I should probably switch that Faust to a different Faust though, that's not using bleed. Because that might come back to like bite me in the ass in some later stages or something. That could be a little bit of a problem. You know what? Screw it. I'll win rate until they force me to actually play the game. Alright. I play these events for the story, not for these like fights in the middle of it. Unless it's the boss fight, you know, that's different. Alright, let's get it again. Chat, I have a question. Do you think they would ever add Limbus to like to console? You know what? They added Library of Ruin at a console. I mean, given... Well, actually... Yeah, no, Ruin has been on console for a hot minute. Hasn't it? Like... Or was it only on Xbox at first or something? Like, on PC? I'm trying to remember. Because Ruina had a release on other stuff, like, a little while back. Was that on, like, Switch and PlayStation or something? You said gachas can't really be on console? Wuthering Waves is going to be on console. Tower of Fantasy, even though we don't talk about that game. Genshin, Honkai Star Rail, Zenless Zone Zero. Alright, let's see here. Yeah, Ruin is on Xbox and Switch. Did it make its way to PlayStation? Yeah, like, yeah, I feel like it was on Xbox first, wasn't it? I feel like it. I know Arknight's Enfield will be on console. Project Mugen, if that game is actually real and comes out in a few years, that will be on console. So, yeah. I mean, I know there's certain gachas that probably wouldn't be on console. Like a Nikkei or something. I wouldn't see that dropping on console. I mean, if they did, they'd make bank off that though. But I don't see that happening. But a Limbus Company, for the fact that Ruina made it, that would be cool.
훌륭한 전시회였어. 이걸 오히려 고맙다고 말해야 하나?
I mean, it wouldn't really make a difference to me because I could run this game perfectly fine and on our PC. I'm chilling. It's not a game that requires like a monster PC or something. But, Can you imagine an open world Action genre game with Project Moon the City theme. You just made me think, like, what if they did do like an open world game set in the Project Moon universe? That'd be crazy. That'd be like insane to see, like, visually. Alright, Painting of Hell 2. The biggest thing is how they're gonna do the linking mechanic with the controller. Like, it sounds kind of wonky. I mean, you're just gonna have to, you would just have to use the left stick for that and just link the thing to the thing. And have it move at a decent speed when you're linking it, where it doesn't feel like it's super slow. Because I'm gonna imagine I'm using a controller. I'm gonna move the mouse and the controller in the same place to just imagine, okay. So I'd be like, I'd be like, boom, right, up, down, up. I mean, no, it could work. I mean, you just move the left stick in the direction that it needs to go. Yeah. It could work. I mean, they did the stuff for freaking Ruina. One way or another, right? I figure it out. You said, imagine you're walking, adventuring, and suddenly meet a random censor doing censored and things, chase you endlessly. Nah, see, I don't like that censored that you have there. I've got a bad feeling about that. Alright. So we got a little bit of fights to go. I randomly just remembered. What was it? Was it Canto? Was Canto 4 freaking Yi Sangs with all the freaking robot fights? Was that Canto 4? I'm trying to remember. Canto 1 was the beginning, Canto 2 was Casino, Canto 3 was freaking Sinclair PTSD, Canto 4. Yeah, that was 4. Yeah, for some reason I just remembered, I'm like, God, they made us do so many fights in that one. Like, it was just robots. That thing went on for a while. They did learn from that, though, to not do that again like that. You love part 3, Canto 4, and the end part of 2. Canto 4. Yeah. It was... Canto 4 had some damn good parts in there. Freaking Canto 3. Good lord. There's things that will never escape my brain from that. It was longer via the stages, yeah. And I feel like one of the worst things you could probably do in a game is just try to drag like a chapter out just by doing more stages of like the same exact thing. But like I said, they learned from it, which was the good thing.
금방 끝내고 버스로 돌아갈 수 있겠다. 그치?
Can I get a fluid sac? 153. Freaking chef's kiss, beautiful. You said the Switch was unchanged with what, a fight that was in there or something? Bro, when I see just people talk about the Nintendo Switch, the Switch be pissing me off. Like, I have a Nintendo Switch OLED and I had like the OG Switch. I mean, we still have it. Oh god, Nintendo be pissing me off. That's a whole nother conversation though, but I feel like Nintendo pisses most people off these days. It's just, god, you have so many good freaking IPs and you just so damn lazy with stuff. Oh my god, Nintendo be irking me. All I'm gonna say is that new console that comes out next year, it better be good. Like, there's no reason for them to not have a good functioning console in the year 2024, okay? Like, I don't want to hear no excuse from them about it.
금방 끝내고 버스로 돌아갈 수 있겠다.
That thing should function well, and it should not be able to bake a freaking egg, or not bake an egg, cook an egg on it. Alright, by getting so hot and stuff. And you know, like, visually it should look good. Like, I don't care about the next freaking Nintendo console having ray tracing or nothing like that. That's not even what I mean, but like, can the games look, like, better, please? Like, can my eyes feel like they're not, like, dying? Trying to play some games? Like, I think the most, like, the craziest thing to me is just how people just basically accepted, like, yep, this is the Nintendo Switch, this is how the games run, and we're just gonna be okay with it. Just, nah, bruh. You don't care if it's bulky, you just want it to work. Literally, like, I just want it to work and just run the games well, and the frame rate not be garbage. Bro, I remember there was brand new Switch games I would play, and the frame rate on those games, oh my god, like, chugging. The games were chugging, dude. Oh my god. Like, I'm so mad that they don't let Bayonetta be on, like, the new Bayonetta game be on, like, other consoles and stuff, because god. Playing that game on a Switch, I wouldn't want to do that. Anyways. Phew, battling in a narrow hallway really takes a lot out of you. Too bad. Making big movements when there's not a lot of room to move around and takes more energy than you might think, especially for people like us who use longer weapons. These enemies weren't much harder than the ones we'd fought earlier, but it was inevitable that their sheer number would eventually wear down the sinners. What are these things, Faust? Yeah, I've been wondering that too. Why are you so tight-lipped all of a sudden? Those entities are... What do you think those entities are? Entities. Huh? Didn't I just ask you the same question? Oh no, are you giving us a chance to come up with our own answers first? Of course, Faust did not confirm nor deny his question, but Sinclair was perfectly capable of interpreting her silence in his own fashion. There were some things I learned after fighting them, I think. These monsters aren't mad at us, nor do they want us to attack us. Because we're an obstacle, that's not why they're attacking us. Quite. 'Tis apparent that they hunger for aught, charging at anyone and anything in a desperate quest of it. You know what I'm noticing? Since Faust isn't having the answers for everything though, it's letting the sinners really use their brain more, and it's actually helping them work together more in a sense. Because they get to like brainstorm and stuff, and try to like really investigate properly. Ain't that something? Alright. Right, that's strange though. I thought hunger or thirst wasn't a thing aboard these trains. It could be determined from the entity's attack patterns that their offenses were not based on rational thought. The source of this behavior could only be traced back to primal aggressiveness. Yes, and was there anything else? Anything else? Oh yeah! Oh yeah, I think they all had red eyes. Their bodies wreathed in blankets of red. I smelled blood, so that's likely what they're made of. Then it must be that the red was congealed. Nay, crystallized blood. Thank you. Thank you all. Your input has been very helpful. It was my turn to start whispering. What did you learn from that? We are in luck, Dante. I have read upon this subject as a tangent while pursuing information regarding our next destination moments before we boarded the train, and while that would be a useful element in resolving the situation, the sinners have also been a very good source of intelligence when it came to categorizing and identifying important evidence from the available sea of information. Your advice was correct, Dante. You mean you know what to do to blow this case wide open? Nothing can be said with absolute certainty at the moment. However, this will be a good place for us to start. With that, Faust turned around and faced the rest of the sinners. I will now present before you a solution to this predicament. Huh? Is there something else we gotta do other than beating the crap out of whatever's in our way? That will not change, no. However, what I'm about to share will give you a better understanding of the purpose behind W Corp's contract and provide us with the possible means of finding the method by which we may complete it. Excuse me. It is of high likelihood that the entity behind the incidents of this train, and by extension every incident of the same nature that has occurred in previous warp train trips, is a blood fiend. Huh? A blood fiend.
훌륭한 전시회였어.
Let's go, Blood Fiend Gaming.
이걸 오히려 고맙다고 말해야 하나?
Blood Fiend Gaming. You know, I don't think that's a good thing. Well, this is gonna be bad. Blood Fiends. What stage number are we on? 7 out of 15. Alright, we're almost halfway there. Oh, check the event page. Oops. Give me a second, let me see what's in here. Is there anything I want to grab? Oh, I could grab you from here for a little 500. Very nice, very nice. I'm just looking at all this stuff real quick. I'll be sure to grab all this stuff for sure. Alright, let me go back to the main menu now. Ah, a little blood splat. Okay, yeah, I see the difference. I see what you mean. That looks cool, though. Cursed, but cool. I like it. They're all fine. Don't worry about them. Also do it again when I finish the story, bet. Alright, let's get it. Like I said, chat, we're basically halfway there. Wait, a blood fiend? Huh? What's a blood fiend? A blood fiend? What in the name of the wings is that? Huh? You of all people haven't heard about blood fiends? That you are a team expert on obscure lore. Verily, I have not once heard mention of these blood fiends. Perchance I have let a magazine article slip from my memory. Dawn furrowed her brows, genuinely lost. It was as though the very word sounded alien to her. I thought they were just monsters and stories to scare children in the night. They're supposed to be afraid of garlic and sunlight, right? Oh. That sounds a bit different from what I've heard. I've heard their fear of garlic and sunlight is just a rumor, and what they're really afraid of is water. I've been briefed on the existence of blood fiends. You said someone banned that dude or something? What, is there a spoiler? Now I don't want to look at chat, because that's the first thing I saw. Hey yo, I know we got some mods in chat, yeah. Okay, I see messages deleted. Yeah, Nix brother, I don't know what you said, but yeah, I guess it was a spoiler, my guy. Yeah, let's not do that. You know, it'd be appreciated. You know, I'm trying to go into like play this as like blind as I possibly can. You know what I mean? I have been briefed on the existence of blood fiends in the past, while I served as a commanding officer, and I have seen the. It was a semi-spoiler. Yeah, no, I don't want any type of spoilers. Yeah, not a semi-spoiler, not a big spoiler, just no spoiler. You know. And I've seen the dregs that they command. Though my memory isn't very clear, I am quite certain that these monsters here do not resemble what I've seen. Or I don't like when people they start like, I don't know if this is the correct word to use, like alluding to something that's gonna happen too much. They're like, oh man, this part's about to make you real depressed or something. Like, I don't like when people do that. I'm just like, why don't you just let that feeling just completely shock me or something, you know? You said it wasn't really a semi-spoiler. Bro straight up mentioned something that is yet to happen. Wait, really? That bad? Damn. Yeah, once again, you know, I thought this was common knowledge for the streams. Please do not tell me things that I do not know. You know what I mean? That is all I ask. Alright, I've seen one who, you said the screen already spoiled it? What, the screen that I was on before? I'm not gonna think too deep into that, but I'll put it to you like this. If I didn't notice the spoiler on the screen, then we keep it moving. If I did notice it, then that'd be different. So, yeah. We'll leave it at that. Alright, so I've seen one who called themselves a blood fiend among the fingers. But the things that Blood Fiend commanded weren't like these rubber textured ones. There's something off about this one. That one didn't spawn these dregs with abandon like this. But aren't you supposed to know this already? Yes, I see that some sinners may have encountered blood fiends in the past. A long-winded explanation seems unnecessary. As many of you have stated thus far, the entities we faced in this train do not appear to be blood fiends. In a sense, they are like dreg-like beings that have failed to become kindreds. They are referred to us as blood bags among relevant parties, according to the information I am aware of. Not a terrible name. But how would anyone name someone blood bags? As it has been said prior, it is impossible for passengers to disappear aboard warp trains under normal circumstances. Though our reserve of intelligence regarding the warp trains, or W Corp, is vast. If incomplete, we could not find a possible exception to the above rule. Within that reserve of intelligence, however, I have discovered that inserting a previously unseen variable into the equation allows for a formulation of a new hypothesis. Wait. You're saying that these blood fiends could completely erase people or passengers from existence? Oh. Let's see. A more accurate descriptor would be to say that they are either dissolved or evaporated. Dissolved. No matter. The degree of violence the passengers may indulge in, no matter how severe the damages may be, the warp trains can revert them to their initial states at the beginning of the journey. Among several interpretations of the word, violence involves cannibalization, of course. Oh yeah, chat, Project Moon, we love our cannibalization. Yippee! Yeah, oh my god. You know I was waiting for that, man. You can't have Project Moon without cannibals. That's YouTube, I don't like cannibals, okay? That's a joke. Okay, I have to say this stuff. The reason that I always have to say that is if I just make a joke like that and I don't say anything, YouTube will like demonetize the stream. There's been times where I made jokes and I didn't say that it was a joke and YouTube's like, oh really? Oh, you talked about breaking somebody's kneecaps and you didn't say it was a joke? Oh really? So you know, gotta clarify. Alright, where was I? Ugh. However, as the passenger's collective time itself is in moratorium for the duration of the train's operation, digestion is not a biological process that should be active. In other words, even the devoured passengers can be reconstructed. Hey, so if you get eaten inside a warp train, don't you worry, because we could bring you back no problem. It's gonna be kind of gross, but don't you worry. If they are merely stuffed into the digestive tract, then I suppose they could gut the passenger to retrieve the chewed up chunks of other passengers and piece them back together via the vein-like things connecting each individual. However, such is not true for blood bags. Blood bags are, by their nature, obsessed with blood. Their existence hinges on supplying themselves with the blood of their victims, and it is said that they must consume a minuscule amount of blood to maintain their forms. Wait, what? Didn't you just say that digestion's not a thing while we're on the train? If I were to continue my deductions, perhaps consumption of blood for blood fiends and blood bags is a fundamentally different process from our consumption of nutrients for energy. To them, blood is accumulation, an entailment of something that forms the self, including but not limited to emotions, ambitions, wealth, purposes of existence. Then it must naturally follow that they could spend their blood at will, which is a process that is isolated from other biological processes, such as digestion. What? I ain't even following even half of that. You exist in moratoria of time at the present moment, Heathcliff, yet your emotions still persist, do they not? Anger, sorrow, and joy, they continue to spark within you. Huh? Well, I suppose they are. Then we cannot tell whether they may be in a state of alteration, or whether they remain ensnared in the wheel of creation and destruction. It could be said that emotions, once past, exist not in continuation. The passengers will to persist. The worth of this very existence in which they thrive, do they not all gently trophy into non-existence even amidst the ceased time? Miss Faust seems to illustrate the similarity between how emotions are to ourselves and how blood is to blood fiends. A lot to process. You said interesting to see my reaction to this intervalio, as I'm probably the only Project Moon streamer to not be really familiar with blood fiends to some degree. It's interesting to see it blind. Yeah, this is just new info to me, so you know, I'm just trying to soak up all the info I can. Gotcha. So that's why she said their blood is vaporized, huh? If that's the case, then the very blood that's supposed to bind these chunks of flesh together will also evaporate, which means they can't be pieced back together, which means you're not bringing people back to life and they're just cooked. Where am I in Ruina now? The Gulag. That's where I'm at. There is no incongruence in that logic. Everyone fell silent for a moment. That was way too much information to process at once. We didn't even know what to make of them either. Bro, I haven't hopped on Ruina in so long, I don't even remember where the hell I'm at. I'm gonna be real with you. Like, I would have to go back and check. I would like to ask a few questions, if you would permit me. Yiseng was the first to break the silence. Could it be said that blood bags are direct creations of blood fiends? If such is the case, then by which method do they... That information is inaccessible at the moment. Faust replies, avoiding Yiseng's gaze. There isn't anything I could do about this. The sinners will only get more stressed out if they find out. And there's something Faust and I both want to avoid. Inaccessible. Ah, indeed. Now I recall what you have said in the past. This is only a speculation. However, I assume that a form of direct physical contact is needed to turn an individual into a blood bag. If such were not the case, then we, who are likely the greatest obstacles to this entity's goal at the moment, would have been the first to have turned. Indeed. In that case, that villain of a blood fiend must be hiding out somewhere aboard this train. If you accelerate time for every agent in the train, you could absolutely clean it up in 10 seconds. 10 seconds. Indeed, we were able to believe the words of the fixer from earlier. Then there's a high likelihood that the horde is advancing in this direction from the back of the train. In other words, continuing down the train cars will lead us straight to the blood fiend. Very well! I shan't forsake this opportunity to bring peace to the souls of the innocent passengers who have perished by the villain's hands. Dante, it seemed that Dawn was now invigorated. The other sinners also seemed satisfied, now that we had a clearer sight of our goal. Faust, who stood amidst them, nodded in my direction. Well then, let's go. We're making the best of what's available to us at the moment. Let's move forward for now. Them footsteps, though. You know what, chat? For content purposes, I'll do y'all a favor. Because I know some of y'all are some gotcha fiends. I'll do 1 10 pull. But only one, and for real, only one. Like, put your hand out. I'll wait a sec, you know. I'll give you a sec. Alright, your hand's out. Wonderful. Okay. Boom. There. Handshake confirmed. Okay. I'm only doing 1 10 pull. I'm not doing more than that. Okay. Cool. Awesome. Great. Project Moon. Y'all want to get back on my good side, right? We're gonna be like kumbaya, you know, like we're gonna be good. You said, not gonna lie, I don't get people pronouncing characters' names based on how they're spelled and not how the characters pronounce them, like saying Otis instead of Otis. I just can't read.
모든 슬픔과 눈물을 끌어모아 대신
Oh,
울어댈 수
they can't.
있다면
Galupo, I didn't have this. Galupo, come home, my boy. I'll take it. I'm not mad at that. My boy, Galupo. Okay.
이 계획에는 다수의 결함이 존재합니다.
Let's go, boys. I ain't gotta spark nothing. Project Moon like me today. Oh. Okay, Project Moon. You trying to get back on my good side, huh? You keep this up for the next Walpurgis night, I might pay some money on this game again. I might spend a little cash for you, you know? Keep it up. She, you know, that's really good. I'm very happy about that. Winning big, aren't we? Oh, today we are. Energy transfer was successful. Thank you, chat. The energy transfer, it worked. Appreciate it, appreciate it. You guys did good. There we go. See, our handshake was so strong for that only 110 pull. At Project Moon, they had to make sure that their game looked good by showing the gacha can give you good luck in just 110 pull. Thank you. I'm just gonna let it cook.
출력 최대치. 승객이 딱콩 한 방.
Damn! Why is Mirsad on the field?
가능하면
To be fair,
다치시지
I was
않게
borrowing
싸우셨으면
W Mirsad before.
이곳은 위험합니다.
Now Rhino Boy is just here. We could swap him out in the next one. Alright, let's cook again.
공격 범위 확인.
Just let it rock.
날 뛰어보라.
역시
I'm just staring at Faust because I want to see what the hell she's gonna do. That was her skill too.
저 사람들
Is the big oof? Yeah, the big oof, the big damage.
이상 승객을 정리합니다.
Hung Lu, just get beat up a little bit, okay? Be alright.
완벽한 한 방. 시원한 걸.
Okay, at least you finished it. Thank you.
공격은 꽤
You see, he's not useless. Just throw a toothpick at him. There you go.
다음은 어디요? 무엇을 잘못했는지 아는 것부터가 시작이랬어.
Alright, we getting there. Use that long ass
이상
turn.
승객을 정리합니다.
And we just let this roll. Oh, chat, I have a good question. I don't know if I've asked this before, but in y'all's opinion, right?
이 전투는 승리.
What would you say is like the worst, like 3-star like ID in this game?
혼자서 적을
Is there like a
접고
universal
싸우고
like consensus on like an ID that people think that is like garbage, like absolute garbage is like 3-star? You know what? I'm gonna let this rock.
내가 눈에 새겨주지.
You said Blade Lineage Sinclair. You said Warp Salt for a long time. Okay, you guys both said yeah, Warp Salt. You said KK Rod. Warp Salt? Isn't that who I was just using earlier? Oh, bro. KK Ryoshu. W Salt. Damn. I'm seeing a lot of W Salts. So I'm gonna take that. Okay. He said the uptype 4 helped W Salt or Warp Salt quite a bit. That saved his ass from being complete like garbage. He said he's still the worst W Corp 3-star in his team though. But his job got taken by W Corp Autis, you know? If you had to get your job taken by somebody, then, you know, I feel like that's a good character for it to get stolen by. Yeah, Warp's still pretty far down there. Okay. Oh, good to know. You know, before I grab that ego for Autis, I'll probably grab W Corp Autis first. That'd probably be a good idea, you know? I still haven't grabbed that, so. He said people say W Salt like he doesn't turn into a monster with his ego, though? Does he get pretty Anga? Blade Lineage Sinclair may have bad clash power, but his nuke skill 3 is nutty. You've done 500 plus damage with a skill 3, really? Oh, damn. Walpurgis ego? Okay. He said, man, MC Faust is cracked. Her damage is high as F. Yeah, Uptype 4 helps him, and Regret helps a lot, too. Manager Esquire, halt! Behold this poor fellow! He lives still! Dawn, Dawn's her round eyes wide open, began sprinting somewhere. No, stay away from me, you monsters! Hey man, we're not those monsters, you alright? Huh? That arm, you're starting to mutate too, aren't you? You must be turning into some bug-like monster! Ah! What? No, this is... Man, Gregor can't catch a break, bro. Gregor stumbled for words before chuckling and casting his gaze towards the floor in disbelief. Yeah, well, no surprise there, I guess. I suppose there's no way to tell right away whether this arm's a monster, prosthetic, or whatnot. It is possible that you are mistaken due to his bioprosthetic being of an older, outdated make that, is now rarely seen in the city. Ah, the prosthetic. That's a relief. Thought those crazy bastards were trying to break in again. As you could see, my legs are messed up. I had no choice but to hide in here. So, what are the W Corp employees doing aboard this train? Huh, you're right. From what we found about the warp trains through the identities, I can't imagine why any of them would willingly board this train. You're the contract fixers, right? We were ordered to assist you with your contract. I said we, but I'm the only one left. Every single one of my colleagues suddenly began losing their minds in that car over there, and... This cannot be. Faust! Is there truly no way to cure the blood bags? My apologies, the access to that information is prohibited at this moment as well. Though her voice and expression were both as serene as always, there is something gloomy about the way she said it. I may have been too reliant on Faust in too many places. Oh, damn. Faust muttered in a barely audible volume. Damn. I didn't expect, like, all that. I mean, I knew something was going to be going on with Faust in this because of the freaking, like, trailer and at the very end with the little tease they had there. But damn. Yeah, no, she definitely going through it right now. I don't know what I could do to help the sinners in a situation like this either. I had also grown too used to Faust's omnipresent omniscience because I could always trust it to be there for us. I was starting to realize that we don't have the means to consider and make my own decisions at moments like these. I feel like this is a really important moment for this team, though, at the same time, because it makes them realize, hey, we should really, like, know some things ourselves at the same time. We shouldn't always just rely on Faust. And I guess in a way, for Faust, it's like, damn, I should, like, really go out and learn some things myself. Because I really don't know anything with it, like, without it just being told to me through Faust. Alright, so, I think this is something that, by the end of it, will be, like, a beneficial, like, experience in the end. Now, whether it's completely traumatizing or not, you know, we'll see. I mean, well, I guess you could already say the stuff we've seen is pretty traumatizing, but, you know, I feel like it's gonna get worse, but... No, maybe I was too reliant on everyone else. When the time comes for them to rely on me, when they can no longer function as they usually do for whatever reason, can I really manage them well? Lead them to the right answers? Doubt, colored with fear, begins to rise like a dark plume of smoke. Oh boy. Now our boy has the doubt creeping. Well, what can I do, right? Oh. The agent struggled to some corner of the room with his wounded leg and pulled on a lever. They made good use of this space. And the wall behind what had initially appeared to be a folding chair for the employees spun open. Oh, what in the name of wings is this? Perchance thou hast hidden a weapon. Most powerful, weapon most feared by the blood fiends. That holds some resemblance to a capsule we saw in the first class car, but why would that thing be here? The cleanup agent slumped into the pod that appeared in the wall. Phew, finally. What is it that thou seeketh to do? W Corp prepared a small hibernation pod for employees in case of these emergencies. Verily, then, huh? Good luck with the rest of the mission. They were like, is it gonna be a weapon? Is it gonna be something to help us? Bro said, I'm peacing out. I'm gone. Good luck though, guys. You got it, right? Hey, you know, I'm done. I don't get paid enough for this. When the door covering the pod closed, only the folding chair and the wall covered with viscera remained. Well, I can't say I blame him, right? I mean, he's gone. I'ma head out. Bro said, I'm going. Yeah, bro just left the game and goes AFK for the rest of the game. He said, yeah, I'll be out when it's finished. There he goes. He has departed the scene. We blankly stared at the wall the agent disappeared into. Well then, I guess we gotta... Let's move on to the next car. Keep on keeping on. Keep on keeping on. That's all we can do. Something caught my attention from the corner of my eye after another round of brutal combat. Ah, yes. Something caught his eye. Chat, I think I know what it was. I get it. Bro was talking about the cheeks. I respect it, you know? Clearly, Gregor's been doing a lot of squats, and he wanted us to notice. My brother, I commend you out here, alright? Don't skip leg day out here. Good stuff, bro. Alright. Anyways, chat, I had to salute my brother. Huh, what's this now? We were on the final car adjacent to the fright car when we discovered that odd box with the T-Corp logo on it. Ah, 'tis the emblem of T-Corp. It appears that it was broken in the fierceness of our battle. Didn't that chief executive guy, Hubert, right? Didn't he offhandedly mention something about partnering with other wings? I guess they were in cahoots with W Corp too. Such collaborations are not limited to T Corp. It is oft the case that a wing may work with another. It is only on rare occasions that they urgently request the assistance of less significant, lesser-known corporations, such as our own Limbus Company. Their choice appears to be quite irregular. Sounds like W Corp's heydays are long behind them. Just like this wall that's falling apart, revealing what's behind. Oh, speaking of falling apart, this room sure got messed up, huh? Yeah, the background art is insane for this. It was difficult for me to ignore how Radya hurriedly swerved to a different subject as though she'd made a mistake. Even the tone of her voice shifted like she was catching herself. The various destroyed prosthetic parts covered in human remains indicate that this train car is boarded by several prosthetic-equipped fixers. I can't think about that right now. Let's deal with the task at hand first. Maybe these people are the same, or from the same office as the guy that we met at the platform, remember? He said that he was warped over to T-Corp on an expedition. Look, it's almost like they're all wearing standardized sets of prosthetics. Same make, same model, everything. I believe I read an article stating that certain offices do exclusively hire fixers with prosthetics. Wait, We were walking through the bloodied train car when we suddenly heard Sinclair's voice crack as though he saw something awful. He is the one we encountered at the platform. This is the fixer who suddenly started venting at us. Yes, and he said something about going to T-Corp. Well, brother got cooked. Damn. On an expedition and failing, they brought a whole train car full of fixers for this contract. Guess calling it an expedition was no exaggeration. Yeah, this dude got deep fried, bro. You got that Laffy Taffy all over you, man. There's over a dozen broken arms strewn out. They must have fought valiantly by replacing their broken arms with backup arms. Perchance a strategy, indeed. Got cooked like his eardrums? Literally. Bro should have stopped worrying about the eardrums and worried about the rest of his body. Makes sense. That would explain all those broken prosthetic arms and legs in the car. Executive Manager, this is likely an aftermath of a battle between the Fixers and the Bloodbags. There were many similar cases during the war, and those using prosthetics would simply let their bodies be destroyed in battle because they considered them to be disposable as long as there was cash remaining in their wallets. Of course, the blatant lack of self-preservation often led them to their early graves. Maybe that's true. I see, there are more than a single possible interpretation of the same scene. I will remember both of your inputs. That's a good attitude. Employees with attitude like yours often made it to the end of war. Yes, well, good for them. Faust answers Altus in an uncharacteristically snappy manner. Signs of fatigue were creeping into her pensive expression. You alright, Faust? It was rare to see any actual expression from her. I was starting to get worried. Faust, you need a hug? I don't even know how Faust would react to a hug, I'm gonna be honest. I am physically unharmed, yet, yes, I am alright. Emotions. However, I do not enjoy the circumstance which we find ourselves in. It is as though I am casting nets to nowhere while lost and isolated in a blind sea. I could usually complete these deductions within moments after establishing a few basic cross-references between the accessible information. Her voice was such a whisper for the second part of her sentence that I could barely hear what she was saying. That bad. I know what you mean. Feeling like you're completely lost, obsessively casting net after net over the black, ripless lake in desperate hopes that one of them might pull in something we could eat. Yeah, she gets ya. No way to tell where we are. No way to tell if there's even anything to eat under that glassy water surface, grasping at the straws, you know? This sense I find, married, is not unlike your own. It is like lying my back over an unforeseen grave. For the reflection of radiance upon my eyes and the sanguine scent hanging from the tip of my olfactory tells me not of the forging path. Ah yes, the characters that got their own chapter are telling you how they feel. They understand. It seemed that the first part of the sentence was well heard by Ishmael and Yisang. However, they walked up to her and shared a few words of consolation. By the way, I don't ever recall you talking like that, Faust. I don't know what it is, but you feel different from your usual self somehow. Yeah, she's sweating. Yeah, I see the new expression. That is... Oh, I mean, I don't hate it. I'm actually glad that you have a softer side. Oh, this unseen side of yours, it is unfamiliar, yet quite fresh. Is that so? Faust's reply was curt. She closed her eyes. Yeah, subtle enough that you went around the first time not even noticing it. Yeah, I don't know if I would have initially noticed that without somebody saying. As per the information provided by the pamphlet by the platform, it is likely that this train is composed of 12 passenger cars and 1 freight car. Because we are on the 11th car at the moment, that leaves a single car between us and the freight car, which in Mephistopheles is secured. Which means that there is a high likelihood that we will soon encounter the blood fiend responsible for the creation of the blood bags aboard this train, just beyond that door. Well, how strong can it be if it's fought us this week? There'd be so many of them, we practically smashed through their entire hold. A different, more accurate interpretation would be to say that a being capable of commanding a force as large as the blood bags we have defeated should be considered a high-risk entity. Although this is not common knowledge, there is a subcategory of fixers called blood fiend hunters who specialize in, yes, hunting blood fiends. Assuming that info is true, it could be inferred that blood fiends are difficult foes that require certain expertise to beat. Now that I'm thinking about it, if blood bags are like mindless thralls to blood fiends, then they're kind of like their private army, right? A being of power who could create a force of their own without concern for lower morale or desertion. Wartime or not, they will always make for formidable foes. The sinners each exchange various opinions with one another. Possible strategies, estimations of the blood fiend's strength. Whew. And all of a sudden, by on this indecisive idleness, our quest is to defeat the villain who hath brought such pain and misery upon this train, is it not? It may be vaporizing the lifeblood of the innocent as we speak. Mighty or feeble, I care not. I swear upon my honor that I shall smite this foe and let my hand of justice be the judge of their fate. Let us hasten now. Alright, Don, I'm with you. I got you, yeah. Alright, Don's sudden outburst immediately put a stop to the chatter. She's not wrong. Besides, we do have to deal with the blood fiend to complete a contract. With that, I open the final door. Well, angry face here. Blood bags are like thralls and food to blood fiends. Blood fiends feed on blood, and blood bags are made of blood. And I see how that goes together. This room. What the hell? Hi. What is it with that look on thy faces? Thou standest in the audience with of the prince. Where are thy obsequious smiles? Why are you talking like Dawn? Well, you know, of course you're gonna talk like Dawn, okay, you know, actually. I mean, we're leading up to a chapter that's gonna be Dawn's next, right? So let's have something that's gonna, I don't know. Anyways, he must be the cause of the outbreak, the blood fiend we must defeat. Fall to thy knees and grovel before royalty. It means obedient? Okay. Gotcha. You know, vampire? Okay. Who the hell are you to make those demands? I shall impart this upon thee only once, so listen well. You may call me Cassetti, a kindred of the 6th generation, the rightful prince and refuge from his family. Art thou the villain who hath brought such destruction and massacre upon this vessel? Thou art a chatty one, so rudely before your prince, yet I am feeling generous, for I am quite sated at the moment. As thou must have seen on thy journey here, this place is a hall of banquet for a feast most majestic. No matter how many blood bags I create, no matter how much I devour them, the humans just won't stop coming. I only enjoy what I cast into my maw. He dons a mask for the purpose of merrymaking. If we're really going to exchange pleasantries, why don't you take that mask off? Do you not even know the basic etiquette? Oh, this mask? Won't come off. Can't take it off. Shouldn't take it off. There's no prince without the mask. We're so ugly behind the mask, so we've all decided to hide how repulsive we've become. But once I've drunk your blood full, then it will go back to how it used to be. And only then I could unmask myself. Who stitched that mask to your face's skin? Not a half bad job. Of course, it's excellent, because this mask was crafted by none other than the great, the eminent, the barber himself, whose name I dare not even speak. But it hurts so much. No, I'm smiling. Look, I'm smiling. Look at how damn, I was trying to put too much effort into the voice acting, my throat broke. No, I'm smiling. Look at how hard I'm smiling and laughing. Yes, I'm the prince. That's what I am. I'm not gonna scream right now for that voice line, but you know, I'll put a little bit of effort there. He's a bloody loon in it. Alright, done with the giggles then. Get ready for the beating of your life. I enjoy things like you and your friends. Don't cry, bawling and bowling and sniveling on the ground for your lives. lunge at me instead, The aggression, the boiling blood, oh, how I love the fire. What are you, daft? Look around, there's 13 of us, and there's only one of you. Do not let your guard down, Heathcliff. This entity has managed to turn countless passengers on this train into his blood bags. I ain't letting my guard down. But we blasted through so many blood bags, we couldn't even keep count, could we? Or didn't we? Couldn't even keep count. Oh, no. But the count is so important. I have to keep count of our visitors. Oh, yes, of course. I do remember to keep count of our dearest visitors. Yes, sir, I do. You don't have any idea how powerful I am, and I shall not relinquish my throne to thee, this budding kingdom. All I have to do is sit here and do nothing, and the blood bags present themselves before me. There's no paradise like this out there. You have no idea what I did to create this place. Oh, how elated my forebear kindreds would be, should they be here to witness what I have created. This cornucopia of abundance, this pleasure, oh, this freedom. But this kingdom is mine. I made it, and I'm not giving it away. This is rather curious. It appears that this blood fiend leaves this car on only rare occasions. Yet, we have seen signs of his insidious influence throughout every car we have visited so far. Then, what he meant by how the blood bags present themselves before him has to be... Hold on a minute, Sasha, hey yo! Yeah! A figure suddenly and frantically charged into the car. It was Sasha, the fixer who we ran into in one of the cars earlier. Cassetti shrinks into his throne at the sudden burst, terror apparent in his face. Ah, it is thee! By thee, hast thou truly journeyed here to assist us in our quest? Lo, that villain is the blood fiend responsible for the tragedies that hath transpired aboard this train. Help us slay that cur, and eventually lead the passengers thou hast protected thus far out of this train. Blood fiends. What if there was more than a single blood fiend on board, one still capable of rational thought? Damn, you actually made it all the way back here? I guess the wings don't give out contracts to just anyone. I fought my damnedest too, till I was the last one standing. What is she talking about? In the end, I stood alone with nothing but a single one of these 4 arms. Kinda funny how the perspective on life could just completely flip when you're really, really in the shit. I think my last thoughts were, man, I don't want to die. So I fell on my knees and pleaded. I told him that. Don, watch out! I'd do anything to live. Ugh. Oh. So you begged for your life, and in exchange, now you're... Oh, boy. And you said this is the first time Faust actually used an exclamation mark? Yeah. Oh. What? What did I say? I commanded you to give me a warning before jumping in like that. Don't you know how loud your stupid arms are? I thought the family had come for me. I'm sorry, Lord Cassetti. Damn, Sasha. I'm sorry. Allow me to introduce my kindred to thee, to be the first of many since my escape, for the kingdom I intend to build. My kindred, my loyal squire, who shall be at my side as I build a dynasty of my own. My family. Lord Cassetti, I had intended to select more powerful of the bunch to send to this car, as you've commanded me, but the humans in my car were all weaklings, so I present before you this group from the first-class car. Kindred? Are you even aware of the exact nature of a kindred? Nah, but I could tell you this. When I accepted my lord's blood into my veins, it was though I was reborn. I see. A kindred to a blood fiend is like a sub-entity, similar to sub-entities created by distortions or abnormalities. It must have been desperation that drove you to accept this proposition without hesitation, despite the lack of relevant information. I mean, like she said, she was begging on her knees. Like, she was like, please, I'm trying to live. So she did whatever it took to stay alive, you know? Maybe. That's probably what was going through my head before I became a kindred. Thou hast been in cohorts with this villain all this time? As his underling? Even ere then, when we first laid eyes upon thee? Lady, you have no idea how much I freaked out when one of you asked me something about red eyes. Not if it mattered much if you did to suspect me, since my red eye is just a prosthetic. Damn. Trying to make it out the hood. I'm just trying to make it out the warp train. And the passengers who were under thy protection. Haven't I told you that the count matters? The longer the line, the better. Oh, dozens of blood bags began shambling into the room from behind Sasha. A smaller one among them stood out to me. No, the kid! Oh no, my mind immediately snapped to the child who grabbed Dawn's coattails. No! I knew the passengers were dead the moment we realized Sasha was a blood fiend, but this, I really hoped I wouldn't have to face this reality. Not like this. There was a child. Yep, little runt wanted to be a fixer if she got to grow up. Good thing she won't though. I could tell you on a good authority that living as a blood bag is way better than the drudgery that is the life of a fixer. Believe me, I know. Hold thy vile tongue. Dreaming of becoming a famous, respected fixer, an enactor of justice? It's just a stupid pipe dream that always ends up crushing to disappointment. Or a really, really early grave. Silence! Silence! Dawn did not give Sasha time to finish her sentence. She was already charging full speed at her with her lance drawn. One thing you don't do is talk trash about the fixers. And then, man, doing that to a kid, bro? Nah.
늦으면 내 피랑 먼저 갈 거야.
This is why you check the count. Bro said gone wrong, yeah. Yo, what do you mean by that, gone wrong? When does it go right? I'm turning the volume up. This song is crazy.
직접 알게 하느라.
You don't know how they spawn in with 50% HP? I'm trying to think of a logical reason. Maybe they got... Oh, because they were just recently transformed, so they're not like full strength, I guess that's what you're saying? Alright, so we're not gonna hit you. Limbus is cooking with this track, bro. Okay, so let's do...
내가 눈에 새겨주지. 벌써 끝난 맘.
These poor passengers, bro. These poor passengers. They did not deserve this. Like, this is why I would never go on a warp train, bro. It's like, You regret choosing Warp Express as floor 5? Premier Dungeon hard, oh yeah?
불길 속으로.
You gonna tell me one thing? Project Moon is cooking hard at everything in this event. Yeah, this event's really good. This is really good. And I knew it was gonna be though. Like it had to be. You're doing something about a warp train again, it has to be peak. Can't be anything less. You think Dawn should kick the Blood Fiend to make use of her stinky shoes as a biological weapon? She could literally take off her shoe and throw it and it'd be like a nuke. Like, I wholeheartedly, like, I believe that, for sure.
직접 알게 하느라.
Oh, this song. Damn good. Oh my god. Sasha, we are gonna whoop your ass. We are actually going to beat your ass. You said people expected a town that should not be named, but instead we got a vampire adventure? Well, I knew they weren't gonna straight up do it, like, there was no way they were just gonna do, like, Love Town again, right? I mean... I said the name. I said it. Oh, no. I said the name. I'm sorry, chat. I know I'm not supposed to say that name. Whoops. I didn't say that. I did not say that name. Alright, what am I doing? You said Sasha's log? Conditions unmet. I can't look at the log. Sinclair has a bunch of bleed. Sinclair, you're a big boy, right? You could eat that. Okay, let me help you. I guess I can help him a little bit.
공격권 확인.
I get the log after beating the stage.
이 전투는 승리할 거예요.
Go on, Sasha. We have the power of Rasi. I mean, oh, you mean race? Oh, you were gonna say rape.
완벽한 한방.
Yeah, and clear mechanical bonus damage. Yeah. Make sure Dawn gets the kill. I will try to make sure that happens.
저희가 이길 것 같아요.
I'll speak with the Elder Gods. Alright, the Elder Gods said I could make it happen. So I will. Man, the rest of these enemies ain't looking too hot, bro. Jump his ass. Yeah, just, yeah, get him, team, yeah. Yeah, oh, there's 2 waves to this? Let me not just spend a bunch of BS for no reason. Here, hit her a little bit. But yeah, there's a second phase to this. If there's a second phase, Sasha is not dying. Sasha ain't gonna die yet, bruh.
내 앞을 막을 자는 없어.
Not gonna lie, the multi-crack ID is really good, yes. It is quite Unga. Come here. Come here.
맞는 거야.
Come on, yeah, I knew the fight's not over yet, come on. Unbelievable, my first kindred to be created without their authorization. Is this bumbling fool? I pray for your forgiveness, my parent. Oh, are you really dead? Oh. Boo, wow. I thought she was gonna be better than that. My bad. Alright. Be gone from my sight. At least thou hast brought me blood bags for sustenance. Yet, it must be the responsibility of a parent to clean up the mess of a child. What a load of shit. With that, Cassetti reached out towards the pile of blood bags on the ground and... consumed. Oh, so you think you're cool, huh? You think you're all that, huh? Oh, what abundance! I had nearly forgotten this sensation. And an armor of hardened blood materialized over the blood fiend's body. His sheer aggression and hatred was palpable. Enough to make our skin crawl. Oh wow, you look, I mean, I could just show you. Bro, you look a little crazy. It appears that he's empowered himself by reaping their blood. Damn. I mean, you kind of look cool. I mean, it's Unga, but it kind of look cool. I can't lie. In like the most Unga Bunga, unhinged, bloody way. You know, maybe a little biased with black and red still, but you know, that's besides the point. Anyways, let me continue. That although my power is yet to fully return, this magnificent armor is quite befitting of a parade for the prince who hath become a king. Would you thou agree? Yes, sir. Yes, you do. Of course you do. Challenge me now, O rebels. Challenge thy king.
나이스! 하나 제꼈다.
Bro drippy. Damn, why you wanna go for my boy? Chill, 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 chill. Why you wanna attack my boy? Why you wanna attack my boy? Alright, let it run. Actually, I should've checked his skills. Why did I do that? Okay, I feel like the first turn I should be okay, but I'm gonna check what he could do after. This is a boss fight, and I should be, like, looking now. So I'll see after this what Cassetti could do. He's more delusional than Dawn.
머리 좋다, 단테.
Listen, Dawn has a dream, and I believe in it. You said this is the boss that punishes me for being stupid, so don't be stupid, be a genius? Big brain.
먼저 끝내고 돌아오는 친구는
I got this.
맛있는 거 사줄게.
So what do you do? What do you got here for me, huh? If the target has 4 bleed, clash power +1. If the target has 4 bleed, half power has 1. If the target has 4 bleed, okay. At the end of the turn end, depending on the stored blood. At a value less than 5. Okay. Alright, my boy. You have a lot of blood on you. I can't let you get any more blood on you. So, let's see what happens here. Let's not let that blood... Oh, no. On use base power +1 for every bleed count on the target. Max 4. So even if I do that, no matter what. Okay, when that's Sinclair still, what am I doing, dumbass? I literally chose Sinclair, whoops. Okay, yeah, that's not good for my boy, cause, you know.
나는 언제나 달려나갈
Oh,
준비가
bleed
되었어.
count, okay. Oh, fine. Okay. Let's do... You know what? Let it roll. I'm gonna heal him next turn. Weeball.
출력 최대치.
Shit, I could use block on Sinclair to cancel a dodge and ignore the bleed damage.
시작해야겠어.
I'll keep that in mind for the next one. If he goes for bro again, I'll do that. I'm not gonna lie, my P-brain be forgetting what to do. I've been playing this game for like a year now, and my brain still be forgetting what to do when they have a dodge on me.
한 번도 본 적 없어요.
Damn. Bro, you are getting your ass whooped, huh? Alright, let's heal. So what does this do? Double the amount of... Okay, let me just... I don't know. Double the amount healed by hard blood glaive. Okay. Reset SP to 0. Gain... Oh, okay. Gaining 10 stored blood. Okay. Does not get staggered this turn. Ends after using the skill. On hit, inflict 2 bleed and 1 bleed. 2 bleed and 1 bleed. Okay, I get it. Jesus. Alright. Well, Sinclair, my boy. Sinclair, my boy. I don't want you to get sent to Memphis. But you're probably gonna get sent to Memphis.
지금은 바빠요.
And it said what? It said he can't get staggered this turn either. Blows up Sinclair with my... Yeah, does not get staggered this turn. So I'm not gonna be able to do much with that. And this is hitting everybody. Alright, well, when all else fails, Sinclair, my boy. Yeah, I do have fluid sac, yeah. You Sinclair, don't die. Yeah, 10 speed. Oh, Lord. I could get some heal. Ooh, wait a minute. Maybe I could keep him alive. Maybe. With both of those? Okay, well, actually, yeah, I mean, because this is going to go first.
끼어들지 마.
Whoops. That attack's going to go first, and then, you know, if you're okay. So, I don't know. We'll see. And then everybody else... Let me read this one more time just to have complete and utter clarity on this before I do something stupid. I don't want to have another moment. The boss fight in chapter... What chapter was it? The one with the bushes. Was that chapter 4? Yeah, I'm not trying to have another one of those. So let me just see real quick. This is the whole thing. So, okay, so the turn completely at Canto 4. Yeah, yeah, I don't want to talk about that boss fight. Alright, so if the turn's gonna end immediately, then I can't do anything, right? So I probably should just do this. If the turn's just immediately gonna end after that skill is used, and bro's gonna use the skill first, then I'm cooked. Unless I have this. I forget that I be having this thing. Would this actually work you? I mean, but what would be the purpose though? Because even if it halves the speed, right, that's gonna drop it down to 5. And as far as I'm concerned, you're not gonna be able to, yeah, it still wouldn't work. Yeah, it wouldn't work because your number, yeah. Alright, so defend.
이상 승객을 정리합니다. 이번에는 공격하시기 힘들 것 같아요. 최대한 눈에 안 띄게 해야.
We're okay? I mean, I say that was it. Bro literally got his health back. Oh Lord, help me. This turn's gonna be sent from hell itself. This is gonna be fun. Definitely gonna be fun. Alright, so I'm gonna do what I usually do, this, and then I'm gonna adjust accordingly. Alright, so yeah, we need heals. We gotta do that. Sinclair's gonna get its ass, like, destroyed, otherwise. So your base power is still gonna go up, huh? So am I able to... Yeah, I see Hung Lu's neutral. Let me see something. I can just redirect that over to my boy. What if I just have you... I mean, you could gain the barrier, I guess. That way it's not on him. You said, do I have base Hung Lu ego? I do. That I do. Equip? Yeah, that's the base Hung Lu ego. Wait, is it? Yeah, that's base Hung Lu ego. Yeah, he's redirecting the evade, yes. Oh lord. Okay. I think oh, well, Faust is gonna attack anyways, huh? Oh, that's the case. So where am I putting you? Because what are these numbers at? His evade was originally at Sinclair. I didn't want that on Sinclair. You might want to. You said I want to save the ego resources for fluid sac. Yeah, you're not wrong. Okay, I'm just gonna see what I'm gonna do here at this point. So, what are we gonna do with you, my boy? Where are we putting you? Ah, this. Okay. I mean, I could go neutral with it, I guess. You know what? F it, we ball. I'm not gonna stay here for an hour trying to have the perfect turn. We just gonna go.
관리자님, 역시 저는 생각하지 못하는 방법을 떠올리시는군요.
And big damage, please. Okay, 30. I mean, we're just trying to get healing, you know. So we good. Just get the healing. Sinclair, don't die. And let's just shred through, bro.
가능하면
Good. Sinclair, bro is just on your ass, bloodthirst. But you can stay being thirsty because we're not giving you anything. It is not happening. Okay. So let's see here. Oh, he targets who's bleeding the most. Well, at least it's going down, you know? It's going down. Oh, it's 4 and 4 though. It is 4 and 4. My boy, what can I do for you? I do still have this. Have not used it yet. Yeah, I don't want my boy to die. I mean, will he die off this? I mean, +4 offense. You know what? Alright. Okay, so now okay, so now we're back to this. I forget. Hopeless for the Sinclair? Like, I know struggling is fine for the Sinclair. Is hopeless also fine for the Sinclair? I feel like I never choose hopeless for the Sinclair, though. And I've used them so much, but I just never do that. I do struggling. Hopeless would be bad, right? Or no? You'll lose? Yeah, there's no A wins? Okay, yeah. Not 45 sanity. Oh, yeah. Oh, Jesus. I need you to mold. I need you to mold, brother. Oh, yeah. That makes sense. I'm over here wondering why it's so high. It's because of fluid sac. Yeah. That makes sense. You said if I corrode it? I haven't corroded a freaking ego in Lord knows how long. Failed kill? Wait. But a failed kill gain 10 bleed. Isn't bleed the thing that I really don't want to be gaining in this fight? Because I'm gonna die. Yeah, like, ain't that real bad? Yeah, don't overclock, you'll get more bleed. Yeah. Yeah, like, I'm not trying to get, like, deep fried. Okay, so... let's see here. Oh. Sinclair, you pissing me off. 175? It's just something, huh? It's just constantly something. It might be better to get Sinclair killed off to get him replaced with someone in the backline. Oh, so yeah, that's the whole purpose of backup. I haven't had to have anybody show up for backup this whole time. So I haven't even seen that. Oh. Yeah. Yeah, I do have backup. Okay. I mean, I'm not gonna try to get him killed, but you know. That neutral is kind of crazy. That favored is good. I mean, Sinclair, you better just have to thug it out or something. Who did I put on the 7th slot? I don't remember, but God, I hope it's somebody I actually use. I think it's somebody that I'd actually use. You know, Sinclair, thug it out, I guess.
내가 눈에 새겨주지.
Good luck, brother. I'ma hope whoever comes in is gonna put in work.
모든 결과들은 파우스트가 알아요.
Is it my freaking Yi-Sang? If so, that's good. My Yi-Sang is good. Stop hitting me, please.
들어두었습니다.
큰 거 온다.
Alright.
한테 얼른 애들한테도 알려줘.
Yeah. I know my team is not meant for my boy right now. He was doing fine earlier, but now it's just like all hell broke loose. You said evade was too sweet, so I didn't need to offset it. Welp. Here we are in the gulag. Alright. What am I gonna do? This is cooked right now. Nope, win rate never fails. Oh, it's gonna fail right now. We're cooked. Okay. You saw a cyber truck for the first time? I've seen like 3 of them like last month. Those things are weird looking. Okay. Sinclair, my boy, I do not want you taking any more. Well, actually, you know what? You're gonna get cooked regardless, right? So let's just swap you out at this point, because ain't nothing working for you. Because we just keeping our SP up, right? So. I'ma just get him exterminated at this point. And just get him cooked. Because I'll have what, Yi-Sang come in next? I think that's what I'm gonna do. Alright, I'm just gonna, you know. Just keep track on who's on the high weight skills.
단테.
Oh, that's a good substitute, actually. I'm not mad at that. Okay. I'll take it. Alright. Now let's do what we typically do, and we go from there. 5 fragile, okay. Yes, La Cucaracha. Our boy. I think we're good, to be honest. Let's just let it cook, I guess. You said, is this 300 lunacy? Nah, don't listen, don't tell Project Moon about this. Listen, Project Moon, no, it's fine. It's fine. We're good. Actually, yeah, give me the 300 lunacy after this. Wait till I'm done. You know what I'm saying? Damn, Ryoshi. Yeah, I need those Walpurgis savings, yeah. They gave out 300 like hours after the event came out. That sounds like Project Moon.
탄테, 얼른 애들한테도 알려줘.
That definitely sounds like Project Moon. Oh my god. You need some help. Oh my god. You know what? Thug it out. Thug it out. That's what you're gonna do. Team. Thug it out. Do what you gotta do. Yeah, I know. Pursuance won't heal Raja, yeah. That's why I'm not even really bothering with it. I mean, I could use it for, you know, healing Ryoshu. So. But I mean, how much damage would it do? Plus 50. Man, you know, I'm going damage, bro. Screw it, you know what?
내 앞을 막을 자는 없어.
Here it is. Gregor. Hit him with the Cucaracha special, man. I love that, you know, once Sinclair died, you know, the world just, everything was right. Yeah, because vampire isn't a mechanic. No, it's totally a mechanic. Doesn't this look like a mechanic to you? All right, team, hit him with everything you got. A shush. All right, we're done. Oh, you said ego spam him? You know, I didn't even think of that. Damn. Well, you know, we got it done, you know? We take those. Did I still get the EX clear? Did I? I don't know. If I did, I barely got it. It hurts, it hurts, it hurts! Yes, I love your boiling human blood, you know, but this is too painful. This guy keeps regenerating, no matter how many times we tear him to pieces. Turn 14, ayo, we got it! Oh, I'll hit that again. Alright, anyways. This, I don't know if we can. The mental fatigue finally got to Gregor and Sinclair, who collapsed to the ground. The strange environment of warp trains was proving to be a significant help to the Blood Fiend's regenerative ability. This fight's been dragging on even longer than our battles at the K-Corp border checkpoint, or the basement of Wuthering Heights. I was gonna say Wuthering Waves. You said that was a hilariously scuffed EX clear? You know, this is how it be. This is literally how it happens for me every time. I knew that the sinners had all grown stronger since then, but I felt as though I stood before an impenetrable wall. Dawn continues to wildly pummel the Blood Fiend with her lance, breaking, stabbing, and crushing him every time a body part regenerated. I am so hungry. Ridiculous, thy hunger is no justification for this massacre thou hast wrought. Shut up, you don't understand. You don't know how awful it is to survive on the disgusting blood for 200. No, don't even want to think about it. Shut up, be quiet. No, I'm sorry, please, just let me have a sip, just the tiniest sip, please. It's all useless, no matter how many times you stab me. I shan't stop until all of thy flesh and bone and organs are crushed into a vicious, shapeless mush to never be whole again. Damn. The most serious I've seen Dawn. But the blood regeneration is powerful. But the Blood Fiend's regeneration is powerful. He's regenerating as fast as Dawn is destroying him. He's regenerating at an insane rate. We can't. Ah, my kindred, my child, I have given thee new life, invited thee to this banquet. So do thy responsibilities. The blessings of a parent must be repaid, no? What can I do? Find their weakness, break their anchor. Why you bring her? Man, just leave Sasha in the grave, bruh. Make them kneel and grovel before me in desperation, just as you had. Wait, I think I've got an idea. Sasha began looking around wildly, surprised by Cassetti's sudden command. Is that the way they fight? Reminds me a lot of the way we prosthetic using fixers fight. Just prosthetic fixers slowly lose their sense of self-preservation, their limbs becoming more important than tools to be replaced. These idiots act with such abandon as if they have multiple lives to burn through. How about that? With nothing to protect, they throw themselves wildly into battle like moths to a flame, and forgot to look after what's really important, like this little thing. With one of her remaining arms, Sasha picked up the master... oh god, card key Faust showed in her previous cars. Dawn, stop her now! Oh my parents. I offer this gift to you. Gah! Dawn immediately leaped at the fixer, but one of her arms struck her away with great force. Ishmael and Mirasol, who had been holding Cassetti down, were no match for his strength without Dawn's fury. The blood fiend threw them both to the side and grabbed the keycard. This is the key to the first-class cars, my lord. With this, you may grow an army of blood bags to bring glory to the kingdom. No, don't do that. No. No. Cassetti examines the master keycard with clear interest. Without the keycard, we'll be trapped inside this train for thousands of years until it reaches its destination. Dante, I believe myself trying my utmost to overcome this adversity. Without access to Faust's knowledge and intelligence, however, with our losses of the master keycard, the uncertainty of this circumstance is greatly exasperated, oh boy, at the origin of this obstacle. Faust took a deep breath, as if she was about to take a deep dive into the source of all this trouble. It must be my over-reliance on Faust. From what I could tell, Faust has always been operating based on info she received from Faust, so a situation like this, where she has to make her decisions on her own, has to be unfamiliar to her. But Faust is an admirable sinner, with or without Faust. I've been thinking the same thing about myself, actually, that I might have been relying too much on that perfect Faust. But even without Faust, you still gave us good directions to follow after analyzing the info we brought you. Maybe uncertainty doesn't always have to be a problem for us. Remember? Thus the lack of plan itself becomes the plan. You said it yourself. I see. Indeed, among many, I am a Faust that believes in uncertainty. Our loss of the master keycard is but one of the innumerable uncertain variables in the equation. The constant is, however, that the blood fiend is just as desperate as we are. Thus, the only option that remains is to compromise. You there! Looks like thou art the one who's been regenerating your friends. Stop. Stop doing that, alright? Don't heal a single one of them, or I'll smash your precious key to pieces. Manager Esquire! Compromise? The compromise of the villain as vile as it occur. I didn't have the time to regenerate Dawn's severe injuries yet. And the rest of the sinners were already unconscious. Oh boy. The only sinner who could still move and talk normally was Faust, who I just rewound the clock for. Yeah, let's do that. Very well then, Cassetti. Why don't we move this conversation elsewhere? Only I will accompany Dante to this negotiation. I will make my intentions clear now. Dante and I will not attack you there. There is no doubt in my mind that Cassetti must be absolutely exhausted by the unending barrage of attacks by Dawn and the sinners. Faust's suggestion that we move the conversation to a different place without the sinners must have been a sweet one. Just you two, huh? Yes, the freight car is immediately adjacent to this one. That is where we further discuss what we have to offer each other. That clock must be the monarch then, and thou are one of the retainers, correct? Very well. This will be a royal debate, then it is only right that royalty talks to no one else, but then who is equal? Manager Esquire will be back in a minute, Dawn. And thus we left the incapacitated sinners and Dawn, who watched on with hollow, despondent eyes as we walked away. We carefully made our way into the car. So why are we doing this here again? Dante, this will be my first attempt at a gamble. Gambling in my Limbus Company? Gamba? What? Let that door close shut behind us, oh lord. Gamba? Well, you know, Faust, this is all you. This is literally all you at this point. You better hope you have some good luck. Talking about Gamba, Jesus, Dawn really did put in work. Damn. Meanwhile, Sinclair. It was my fault for having him on that team in the first place, though. Where his sanity was just so high. The negotiation. Bet. Alright. Give me one sec, chat. I'm just gonna stretch real quick, and then we'll finish this. Because I know we're almost done at this point. I mean, obviously, we're at 13 out of 15, so... You're almost there. Faust learning to embrace the gotcha rather than the spark system. See? That's a perfect way to put it. What do we have here? So this passageway leads straight into Mephistopheles. This is where it all started. This is the stupid bus that awoke me from my slumber. Excuse me? Mephistopheles had to do with this? If only this bus hadn't completely filled up the freight car. I wasn't planning to start the parade so soon or create a kindred here. Let's see. Dante. The connection has been restored. Oh? Damn, well this was a good gamble then. Connection. The suddenness of her statement, briefly knocked me off my train of thought. Okay. I looked at her and cocked my head in confusion, and she replied with an even quieter whisper without looking away from the blood fiend. Boarding Mephistopheles has re-established my connection to Faust. Huh, hell yeah. Did you know that would work? No, and as I stated before, this was a pure, incalculable gamble based on my own uncertain hypothesis. This success helps me somewhat comprehend Miss Raj's fascination with gambling. A faint smile appeared on Faust's lips for a moment before fading away. Hey, you smiled, eh? Now that the connection has been re-established, I would like to make a complaint against the Gesellschaft management regarding the fact that they neglected to list the information pertaining to the loss of connection within the interiors of the warp trains. However, finding a solution to the situation takes precedence. I have much reason to believe that their omission was done on purpose, but I hope such is not the case. Faust gently advanced towards the blood fiend. Let us discuss the details of our compromise. What are you willing to accept in return for the master keycard? If thou weren't just anyone, I would have wished to turn thee and all into blood bags and drink every last drop of thy blood. But thou art unlike a common person. My wish is to maintain the secrecy of this kingdom of mine for as long as possible, and thine wish is to leave this place, right? Once I relinquish to this key card, and once thou returnest to your first-class seats, we'll live here happily ever after like nothing happened. And when the train gets there, you'll get off the train, and everything goes back to the way it's supposed to be. How's that for a deal? Like nothing happened. Faust, what about the job we were contracted to do in the first place? Our memory and signs of battle will be entirely erased upon our arrival. We'll have no way to relay our news, whether one of success or failure. If we had the means to defeat him, then at least W Corp would inform us that our contract was successful. After the fact, however, this current scenario will leave us with nothing to show for it, not even the smallest hint, and the contract will end in failure. However, what takes precedence over the contract is you and the sinner's psychological stability. It's not like we've always been successful, so that was something I could live with, but what about the other passengers of the train and its future passengers? I remember the look on Dawn's face whenever we would come across these inevitable forms of injustice. Faust does not reply. Yet, the lack of reply was a reply on all its own. Are we going to have to let them die? Innocent lives will be lost, but we can't prioritize their lives over our safety. That must be Faust and the company's policy. And yet... Oh no. Oh no. Here we go. I shan't allow this! Dawn? I thought her wounds were too severe for her to even crawl, let alone walk, but with sheer will, she pushed through the pain to reach the freight car. I will not tolerate this. We cannot let this vile wretch live and turn a blind eye to everything he's done. It's her again! What, you want to stay here for what it is essentially an eternity within this train? I know the truth. Everything hinges on this key, doesn't it? As soon as I break it in half, you have to spend the eons in here. I care not. I would welcome the eons. No, I wouldn't. Dawn, no. No. I'm not trying to stay in here for eons. I don't got the time for that. Alright? I'm not trying to go insane and make, Blank Town 2.0. No. 'Tis preferable to letting thy villainy go unanswered. Let this place be the site of thine eternal judgment. Faust and I grabbed Dawn, and she'd normally be strong enough to wiggle free, but she had already pushed herself beyond her limits. Faust, unhand me! Thou mustn't let him live, Manager Esquire. Karate chop her on the back of the neck or something. Dawn, letting him destroy the key means you're condemning the sinners to being here. We're gonna be here thousands of years. Like, that's not a good idea. I'm not trying to be here forever. I'm gonna be honest. Like, they're gonna suffer. Then I shall fill the millennia with the tales of legend I had read in the magazines. No time, however, infinite, shall be too great to overcome, should we endeavor as one. Stop. Certainly you're aware that your solution is no solution, or your suggestion is no solution at all, Don. Then there's to be another way, no? Thou both possessors of great wisdom, Faust, manager, esquire. Is there truly no path in which we may bring justice to the villain and the sinners remain unharmed? Her struggle begins to wane, but this was no acceptance. This was dejection. Wait, Dawn! No! In the commotion, we failed to notice that the Blood Fiend had been quietly advancing at us, so we let Dawn go at the last second. But we were a second too late. Oh, my dearest parent, forgive my transgressions of creating another without sanction. Oh! Thou shalt become a second kindred of mine? Ah, boy, no, this is, Oh, Dawn. Dawn. I know I call you a gremlin, but I don't need you to actually turn into a gremlin, turn into, like, the real La Creatura. That is terrifying. Oh, no. Cassetti screams incoherently as he leaps onto Dawn, piercing her neck with his fangs before we had a chance to do anything. Oh, I did not expect this to be the solution. Faust, what do you mean, the solution? According to the information I had viewed in the past, and once again, now, it's just... Dante, take cover behind me and remain absolutely still, and please do note that the other sinners never hear a word about what's about to happen. Oh. Dawn levitates slightly into the air, the strings of her shoes unraveling as they slip off her feet on her own. She looks on with bewilderment as her running shoes fall to the floor, and... Oh, there you go. Oh, ROCINANTE! I've always had this question swirling at the unfocused backstage of my mind. Yeah, she took off the shoes, bro. The nuke, the grippers. Oh, no. Why are you always so protective of those running shoes, Dawn? Running shoes. Dost thou speak of our dear ROCINANTE? Yeah, those. I've battled through thick and thin, feast and famine, with dear ROCINANTE, and sorrow and in joy, no matter the brutality of trials that hath struck me, it hath been a loyal steed by my side, for however long it had been in existence. She doesn't know when she got them? Ah, manager esquire, wherefore hast thou not saluted ROCINANTE as well? This may be a rather auspicious occasion to do so. Nope, I think I'm good. Be not so bashful. Go on ahead. Looks stinky. Small girl is torturing TikTok with Stinky. Damn. Stinky they are not, scuffed as they may appear. ROCINANTE is in pristine condition. Also, thou shalt not address me as small girl. Evacuate, evacuate. Bruh. Dawn, don't tell me you sleep wearing those running shoes. I mean, ROCINANTE. Oh, I've always been quite certain that someone as so esteemed as the manager esquire would care to ask me how ROCINANTE affairs. I didn't mention that this question was inspired by numerous eyewitness reports from other sinners who saw her wandering in her pajamas and wearing ROCINANTE. Verily, ROCINANTE and I remain bound together. Even in slumber, there shall be no separating the two of us. This is a really weird relationship with your shoes. We are bound not by need nor want. We are simply bound together through plight and delight. ROCINANTE stays on during... Okay, never mind. So now that I think about it, every single identity of Dawn was also wearing those pair of running shoes. ROCINANTE. Have you ever taken them off? Take them off? Fie! Whatever dost thou mean? As in, detach ROCINANTE from my body? 'Tis is an odd insinuation thou maketh. So you never washed your feet in your life. She looks at me with puzzled eyes, as though taking those pair of running shoes off was somehow an inconceivable idea. They were something much more than just her favorite pair of running shoes. Her odd attitude of treating something so far removed from common sense as something completely ordinary. What does ROCINANTE mean to Dawn? What even is that thing? An overwhelmingly powerful pressure suddenly explodes, radiating in all directions. I was joking that when she took off ROCINANTE that it was going to become a nuke, but like, damn, that stench was crazy. Alright, as the metallic stench of blood suffocates the bus, filling every corner of it with its sickening horror. Then darkness. No, that's impossible. What the f did you turn into? And you have a red eye. Okay, I see the grippers. La Creatura is real. Yeah, An all-absorbing darkness. Voice is our only light. You are the second kindred. How did you... I should have felt your presence. Oh. I do think I saw a faint outline of an aura. I see a red aura and a long fur adornment of sorts. Oh yes, Asha is over there, what the hell? Through the shimmering aura, I think I saw red eyes? You have committed the sin of filial impiety, transgressor. I know that voice, but I also don't. I've never heard it in such a low, imposing tone before. It speaks towards a lesser being. This dude is terrified, the blood fiend shriveled and kneeling, trembling, pathetic. A live Sasha reaction. Mercy, oh venerated ancestor. I beg for mercy of the second kindred. I beg for mercy of the second kindred, I beg. Insolent one. Crimson droplets of blood slowly rises around the blood fiend's mouth before congealing and sealing his mouth shut. So we have a second gen vampire. You know, I did not see this coming. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, what the f... Dawn's a bigger hag than Altus. Bro. Should have kept them shoes on. You let the grippers out and look what happened. Dawn genuinely predates lobotomy court. Jesus. You old as hell. No language worming its way out of your maw shall be worth my ears. No. To commit the sin of filial impiety by attempting to travel against the bloodstream to commit such an abomination against your ancestor, I cannot well sanction your impudence of continued existence. Coagulate, then melt away? Cassetti's body begins liquefying into a slick stream of blood, his form curling and crumbling, then dripping to the ground. Rapidly yet ponderously, like that ice cream that Dawn like so much, melting away on the floor heated under the searing sun. What the f... Hi? You. Dawn turned to look at me, who was still on the ground after being thrown by the shockwave. Can I see, like, the sprite? Can you show me, like, please? With a cryptic look of pity, she uttered something. Indeed, you must be the promised timepiece. Yeah, she's still short. It's something I couldn't quite understand. ROCINANTE, to me. ROCINANTE, I beseech you. I carefully reached out, grabbed her shoes, and slipped them onto her bare feet one by one. Damn, them things smell terrible, and I gotta put them things back on them grippers. Ah, one day. She gasped, stumbled, and slumped to the ground. What the fuck just happened? So, she's ancient. You're Jordan's my queen. Bro. What the? So them shoes, Rocinante keeps her in place. The first vampire. That was some reveal. Bro, what the? Honestly, Dawn might be the second ever vampire, seeing as she's called the second kindred. Yeah. Yeah, that would make sense. Second kindred. Bro, what the hell? The whole freaking vampire. Okay, second, sometime later. Yeah. Can somebody explain what just happened in a way that makes sense? I knew all the sinners would be shocked and confused. After all, when they, including Faust and Dawn, came back to life after I rewound the clock. All that remained was the destroyed door to the freight car, the disgusting, obliterated remains of what was once Cassetti. Most personnel had lost their consciousness from the mental stress of the prolonged battle against the Blood Fiend. Whatever measure it was that the manager had taken, it could be said that it was appropriate. I guess so. Well, good work, everyone. However, the definition of most personnel excludes 3 individuals, therefore it'd be most appropriate to direct any questions to them. Wait. Oh, Lord. What are those 3? Faust, the manager, and Dawn, who is still unconscious. Really, the 3 of you? Wow, you were spot on. How did you even have the time to notice that? Oh boy! I've identified the 3 conscious individuals by analyzing their walking cadence and voices moments before my loss of consciousness. Right, so what's going on with the last? Why is she out cold? She appears to be in a state of slumber. She's not at a risk of death and will be waking up soon. I remember everything, of course. Dawn's sudden transformation, as she practically erased the Blood Fiend and his kindred without even moving a finger. But I also remember Faust's last words, and please do know that the other sinners never hear a word. So I can't say anything. Ooh, yeah, we're definitely gonna see her true form later in her canto. Oh yeah. Dawn was unconscious and Faust was answering every question with silence. It was only natural that her eyes would fall on me. Wait, that reminds me. Where's the keycard? Last I remember it was in Cassetti's hands, who was far more presentable state than he was before. Yeah, Ryoshi. Wait, so about the keycard he was holding though. It has been half liquefied. The remains have melded with his fingers and bones, but it has become one with his middle phalanges. Oh no, everyone calm down, I said calm down. I really should have packed more cigarettes, huh? How about we force one of the doors open? The master keycard is not an absolute necessary element to resolving the situation. How? It will require approximately 5 hours to formulate and proceed with an explanation in a manner to allow the sinners to fully comprehend how the exact how of this methodology. Therefore, it will be delivered to you in a digestible, summarized format. Well, that was short-lived. She's acting all smug again. We could utilize the back door of Mephistopheles. The steely confidence in her declaration was more than enough to win us over. Hey, yo. Yeah, Dawn was able to create the perfect human disguise. The only other blood fiend that we saw do that was Elena, but that wasn't her. That was Pluto's magic. Yeah, damn, I did not expect her to be a freaking vampire, dude. What the hell? Also, when you realize that Dawn, she's the only one that's using a different material for her ego weapon than the others. I did not know that. Yeah, well, we got IDs. Or Dawn never used Rocinante in being blood fiend all her life. Rather than mask it. So we headed to the corridor and slung Dawn over one of our shoulders and arrived. Hey, Virgilius, how you doing? I can't not ask what happened after seeing the state you're all in. Sandy patter. Grains of sand and seashell-like things fell with every step the sinners took. Ask someone after me to explicate. Grains of sand roll around in my throat at every word spoken. Some time ago, Faust explained the simpler gist of the plan that we had made on the way to the back door. To put it simply, we will spend the time at the space disconnected from the train. The train should be arriving at its destination in approximately 10 seconds going by the A-Corp timescale. All we have to do is remain somewhere in our original dimension for that duration. And with that, Faust came to a sudden stop in the middle of one of the corridors. Wait, are you seriously going to open the door with this many doors? You sure that's the right one? Yes, it's the right one. It's completely insured. Lass, at least please tell us what's past the door. I did not bother verifying the particular info. It is necessary for future endeavors that I gain the experience of encountering something completely unexpected. What? Oi! Wait! Faust did not wait for Heathcliff to finish his sentence before jerking the door wide open. Now please enter this door. With Faust's stern command, we quickly walked into a building that looked like a derelict, abandoned hospital sorts. We walked in the middle of a sandstorm. I'm supposed to be indoors? How the heck is this even happening? I can't open my eyes. I sand in my mouth. I know what this is, a sandstorm? Where are we, in a building? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The sinners blurted out colorful series of complaints, trying to cover themselves in a blasting sandstorm, but Faust continued to count in the same indifferent rhythm before dragging us out of there as urgently as she herded us in. So, we managed to return safe and sound to the interiors of the warp train as it arrived at the P-Corp platforms. As the train was still getting cleaned up, that is. And with our bodies completely covered in sand. I thought we'd never make it. Oh, you guys okay? How did these passengers... We were so happy to be done with the ordeal that even the W Corp cleanup agents in the middle of a cleanup mission looked downright hospitable. We are employees of Limbus Company. We boarded the train because of your employer, okay? Oh, so you guys are the people that our captain told us about. They really let you guys keep your memories, huh? Oh, that reminds me. One of the employees must be sleeping inside that hibernation pod over there. Oh, that. Never seen it in action before. Thanks, I'll go check. That hidden compartment behind the chair that the cleanup agent crawled into. Inside it was... Huh? There isn't anyone in there. That's weird. Maybe we're looking at the wrong pod? This is the correct spot. The disappearance of the individual who entered this pod would indicate. I guess these folks aren't all in the... Oh. They don't just tell us something like that for no reason. That's for a reason that happened. Okay. So yeah, that's sus. Yeah, maybe we're mistaken. I doubt that. Yes, we must have suffered from a momentary collective hallucination caused by fatigue. Very well, then we'll see ourselves out. Faust is like, yeah, we out of here. Yep, let's get out of here before they ask too many questions. Now that I became intimately familiar with the meaning of that gesture, I followed her to the outside without another word. Have we arrived? Rise and shine, lass. Had enough of nap yet? I see. I'll hear the details of the incidents when we're traveling again. Understood. And any and all relevant reports will be sent to W Corp via LCCA and... Virgilius was already there when we arrived. He was sharing a convo with Faust about what went down, with a serious expression. I will now leave with Karen and watch them unfasten Mephistopheles from the train. The minute the hand on the manager's head seems to desperately signal me that they have a lot of burning questions to ask you. Allow me to give you two some space. I was finally able to ask Faust once Virgilius left. Why did you do that? Faust's body was quite literally blasted to pieces from the sheer explosive pressure that filled the room when Dawn's shoes came off. Jesus, it was as though she knew it was gonna happen. Because it was preferable course of action to having the same explosive demise occur to your body instead. Fair enough. I do find it regrettable that you were made to turn the clock, despite my knowledge of the high likelihood of my death upon that occurrence. Yeah, that blast was crazy. No, I'm not blaming you for that. I just wanted to know how long you've known that. That is something that I've been aware of since the LCB was first established, and the same could be said of Virgilius. Yeah, so y'all both known this whole time. Of course you did. However, it was the will of the LCA superiors that this knowledge remains withheld from the manager until the appropriate moment. And that moment was back there? According to my private judgment, yes. Well as my connection to all communications, including one to Faust, has been severed. I was not in a position to receive the headquarters authorization for that. Right, so you did it on your own, though the truth may still be obscured. We are once again returned. Returned, that was a layered word. We returned to one of the warp platforms in our own dimension. We returned to our daily lives of speculating about what's next in our path, and the usual Faust reconnected to Faust has returned. But she's not the same Faust anymore she was before this. She is different. She will still be the same in a sense, but she's definitely going to do some things differently now. Yes. she's changed. Let's see. Faust replied to this Yiseng nebulous wording with a quiet affirmation. Please do not take this query with any greater importance than a mere jest. However, do you suppose I shall see her again? She shot a puzzled look at Yiseng. In a way, it was quite the pleasant encounter, was it not? Okay, my guy. Yiseng mused ambiguously before leaving us. Phew. The incident at the warp train, I mean, game is game, you know. The incident at the warp train was such a chaotic mess that it felt shorter than it actually was, but I also learned so much about so many things. But it was about to start racking our brains about what kind of nonsense trial we're about to face in P-Corp, so I decided to enjoy this momentary peace. How do we find ourselves at P-Corp? Why is my throat so parched? I'm too tired to explain. Chiquita, you missed out big time on one crazy adventure. All that vibrated the last few grains of sand out of my ear. Yeah, the next Canto is gonna be insane. What the sinners look at dawn bewilders, awakening, grinning. There's no way to know what we'll be facing here in District 16 where P-Corp was located, but we got this, right? The same faith I saw in the Faust who believes in uncertainty rises with me too. I looked up to Faust, only to see that Faust was looking at me as well. She nodded at me with her usual barely noticeable smile, and I gave her a light nod back in return. Time to go find ourselves another golden bow. Your sad blood fiend Dawn won't get voice acting? We don't know what we're gonna see in the Canto 7, right? You know, I think it's fitting that. So when is this gonna come out? Like October or something? This next Canto? Probably something like that. A vampire. Fitting that that'd be in October, huh? She. Oh, it's clean now, yeah. Hey guys, warp train's cool. We're good. This was crazy good, insanely good, like, damn. Like, I am thoroughly impressed with this. I'm crazy happy with this. Remember in Canto 2 for a moment how one moment in the mariachi scene, it goes super low voice? Oh, is that it? Wow. I don't even know what to say. My brain's kind of cooked right now. The music in this was amazing, obviously. One thing I loved in this was the progression of Faust's character. Like, God, it's the most satisfying thing to me when the characters that we haven't really got to, like, dive deep into their brains yet and get much progression for them get some really good progression. It happened with the last 6.5 event, and it just happened with this one, too. Really, really good stuff from her. Like, damn. It was really interesting seeing her try to figure out things on her own or even rely on other people than just relying on Faust, you know? So that was crazy. We don't talk about the warp train, boys. We don't talk about the warp train, am I right? Yeah, the development on Faust, that's what I'm saying. The development on Faust was crazy. And the freaking, obviously, gigantic reveal with Dawn. Dawn really is La Creatura. Is not a joke. I was like, I knew something was going on with them shoes. But what the hell? Damn. That was crazy. Dawn the nuke. Like, the funny thing is, I'm like, huh, when she takes off her shoes, it's gonna be a nuke. It really was a nuke. It really was. Little did I know. It felt like we just started, we just started this a few seconds ago. I get it. I get the joke. I understand. Yeah, damn, dude. This was crazy. Sheesh. You know, Project Moon cooked again, boys. The usual. That was just... Yeah, the perfect choice for the music, right? The Grippers of Dawn. Yeah, ain't that funny? Yeah, how did I gain 900 points in a mere 10 seconds? You know, when you're just great at this game, you know, and you can just speedrun through everything. Nah, it's another 300 lunacy moment, right? Oh lord, when you heard me say that, you cackled about the nuke thing? Yeah, I genuinely did not know about that. That was news to me. Oh man. This is why I love this game, dude. This game is so underrated. Like, I could only imagine how many more people would love this game if they knew about it, and I hope more people find out about it, because damn. This is crazy. The grippers, man. The toes are too strong. You gotta keep them hidden. Jesus, bro. And Dawn got no idea, bruh, what she really is.
어쩌면 악인들이 그리 멀리 있는 존재가 아닐지도 모르. 아무것도 아니요. 못 들은 걸로 하시오.
That was it right there? Yeah, the villains are closer than we think. Yeah, don't pay any mind to that. Don't pay no mind to that at all. Yeah, totally.
Be sure to subscribe to the Special K experience if you enjoyed this video. If not, you're going to Femboy IHOP.